Face melter. Cock the barrel, trigger rain. Swerving donuts gets the grain. Our blade goes rider, rips the brain. Kaleidoscopic bullet train never gave up. Just a clutch. Bitch! Put a bitch and burn that strip to dust. Dust to ashes, ash to must. Smash off the madness, man combust. Black magic flames race out to cut the gut that can't get down enough. Low to the ground and photo touch. This merchandise is way too much. Ride the current like a snake. Wicked wines roll pools out late to haters, posers, fools, and flakes. Through the breaks, the rules and take. It up not just but what you waste your time and money trying to change. Don't know why you wasting time. Just know what I do with mine. How to do impossible things. How to do impossible things. What does ominous really mean? Where to go when the prop woken up from the dream? Trip man, there's no return. And won't even be close to done. Till shit hit the fan and make that flesh melt off your plastic plate. Kill it till it dies, don't stop. Till it can feel that flat line drop. To hell and back, but can why not? Why not? Smash till I black out, can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. Those can't get caught, run it back, get cracked to the beat one time. Get back, keep rips and grinds. Endorphins catch fire on time, off time, fill the track, freeze and unwind. Breathing of con vaporize, freak man down from Raven's rise, Alvis rise. Feet don't touch the ground inside out, twist the rhythm, pounds them on. Now measurements of sound rewind, forever and a day forgot. Forget to let it bang and walk the plank, a hang from slang concocted to destroy the frame. Scopic micro mistakes, contained in shot. Don't know why you're wasting time. Just know what I do with mine. How to do impossible things. How to do impossible things. What does ominous really mean? Where to go when the prop woken up from the dream? Execution makes it hard. Electrocute the wave to shock. The brains of heads who came to watch us claim the game. Headers can knock us through and bring that bloody bass. Came to melt your fucking face. Can't keep it, I don't want it. Back my own, eat inside pocket. All above it, bang it open. Can't you see me? Best to drop it. Cut it, quit it, quick, next topic. How we fuck it up and rock it. Paradox, stuck in skull socket. Can't unplug it with your logic. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Fuck it and unplug it with your leg. Take out your eyes and watch it. Make you cry, feel like I lost it. Didn't lose it, never had it. Just another clueless faggot. Bound and gagged by fear. Too pathetic to be tragic. Get that shit out of here. Don't know why you're wasting time. Just know what I do with mine. How to do impossible things. How to do impossible things. What does ominous really mean? Where to go when the prop woken up from the dream? I can't deny, I'm not the slightest idea why. Even attempt to try, see them sigh and settle with knowing barely enough to get by. Automatic supernova, so rifle storm in the gates of atomic flames of anonymous goal setting hellfire to your face. Helter skelter, face melter. Helter skelter, face melter. Helter skelter, face melter. Helter skelter, face melter. Helter skelter.
Get it straight. Time is a sucker's road, and those who travel it wind up in the gut of the prison of the grave.
Listen up, what you think, what you want from us? We're the same as you, but we know what's right. What we can as you, like you know, it's us. In your mind, not you.
Motionless struck belly up. Your skies I lift bomb on my balls. Atom like the cyclotron on white walls. A entropy incarnate, sign of the ground. Funk everything you gotta handle the pay. It's my shrine. Wait. This ghost town's my compound, I'm a saboteur. Your town's my smoke cloud, I stay at war. By night shift I don't exist, chump settle up. A dust to dust, motionless struck belly up. But emoji what with human branches. Your innocent savior hopes I just throw the dice. And I've been like this for my whole fucking life. My whole fucking life. Your whole fucking life.
You know this bitch is a bitch, you know. I would know like a basic bitch, bring a bitch in, I'm low. I'm trying to get your blood like this, right, just like flow. Handle a bitch like so. I'm gonna know bitch up black. That bitch go, that's all off, it's just like crack. Fucking with Klingos, like we go, like with for X. Handle a bitch like that. I'm that bitch, your blood like bitch, right.
Still praying to the sun. That bitch more ate up than my lungs. That bitch make me take some time. Begging for change ain't gonna come. Bitch always been ass out. Bitch talk like ass on the mouth. Shit here, bitch, that bitch is broke. Say broke, bitch, I'm on that dope. Like a man, they see that flame the loudest fuck. Too late, bitch, I blaze of that. Bitches won't take around a mother's memory, witness like a man. They see that flame the loudest fuck. Too late, bitch, I blaze of that. Take around a mother's memory, witness like a man. They see that flame the loudest fuck. Too late, bitch, I blaze of that. Bitches won't take around a mother's memory, witness like a man. They see that flame the loudest fuck. Too late, bitch, I blaze of that. Sorry, bitch.
Exist like a drunk man at the wheel. First sitting in the front, now at the wheel. No clue I can fuck you cause I will. Fuck praise all the judges and pay my bills. I face the crowd in Vegas there. And for fake, but is it rare? Shit ain't raw if it can't compare. JK won't, bitch, I'm always there.
Intangible, intrusion to the bone chill. Human bones, human skill. Bless on windmill and opium field. Love and chill, I'm leave ocean stick. Ghoulishly austere, paralysis is my souvenir. Exit wounds and rabbit ears. Rabbit holes that last for years. Second you see, I have no fears. Not averages, no stratosphere. Bespoke language and folk warfare. Don't need a couple of stolen hair.
Strangers slip by, catch my interest. Look for a minute at a safe distance.
happens. Lose my place, look back, see no one. The fuck wait, when it up, when it closer. The fuck wait, when it up, when it closer. The fuck wait, when it up, when it closer. Middle got daylight, some just vanish. I like that type, that's refund manner. Still on every way, step I walk and it happens. Still on every way, step I walk and it happens. Still on every way, step I walk and it happens. If it was only in a fall to the rest, if I'm a dialogue instead of renting it. Calling the place to get an estimate. A diligent on paper, I'll invest in it. Be weird if I can make it as a mesmerist. Have a tall list of clients to tamper with. Be a practicing professional. Cultivator of masochists. Crave sanity. I'm making vegetables. Your family will thank me like pacifists.
Cool long as I don't move my tongue. Cool long as I don't bite my tongue.
I'm in this just like this. Rise with me, do stand in this. Right to passage, I've been through it. Mind having, I'll abuse that shit. I'm in this just like this. Rise with me, do stand in this. Right to passage, I've been through it. Mind having, I'll abuse that shit. I'm in this shit like this. Rise with me, do stand in this. Right to passage, I've been through it. Mind having, I'll abuse that shit. I'm in this shit like this. Rise with me, do stand in this. Right to passage, I've been through it. Mind having, I'll abuse that shit.
I'm dreaming with trying to move in. Try to girl eyes all loose in. Find us like can't be too thin. Let's find the truth in the wind.
Angie would like to apologize first and foremost for saying that.
Reborn.
Well, there we go. Angie's here, everyone, in case you couldn't tell. Starting. Hi, everyone. Angie's here in case you.
I hope that wasn't. I hope that wasn't too terror or panic inducing.
No,
Really
that gets the blood flowing really nicely
Hi.
for our
Hello.
stream.
This is Angie. Hello. What's up? Angie. Hello.
Angie needs to apologize for saying Majestic 12 isn't real.
Woke sex pest. I gotta hug y'all one day. I gotta hug you too. Thank you.
We're all getting into this. We're all getting into the day of sex. Anyway, that was literally just death grips. I forgot that they say faggot in one song.
Hell yeah.
I forgot that he just straight up belts out that word. I'm like, oh
You
shit.
fagotti. You fagotti.
He feels like I feel like he's allowed to say that though. They do get the pass. It's like mindless self-indulgence where if you make music that gay, you can say it. MC Ride does have the pass, yeah. I think so too.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Urine is bisexual.
Yeah. Can you turn your microphone up a little bit, Angie, if you can?
Can I turn my microphone up a little? Yeah, I can turn my microphone up just a little bit. How's that?
That's better, yeah.
Lovely.
Angie needs to be mildly clipping at all times, I think. That's kind of how Angie needs to sound like that. Angie's got to be just clipping. Like clipping into the geometry, clipping into the into the microphone, just always like that.
Apparently, I think Jimmy Urine did like get canceled for like good reason.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, he's got that real like fucking a 15-year-old energy, so I'm not really shocked.
Yeah.
The vibes were not good.
Sorry, just looking at the chat.
No, we got a good chat. I see a lot of people I love in the chat today. I'm glad that you were demonstrating your black metal scream to me, and I'm like, oh my god, is she gonna do that on the thing? And then you immediately just belted out. I'm like, all right, Angie's here.
Hello.
What's been going on with you, by the way?
The kid. I went to school with a kid that pronounced this title Deus Ex. I'm living in a different part of New England now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I am with my fiance, who is lovely, absolutely lovely. And not only that, but
yeah.
I've been experimenting with unorthodox forms of post-traumatic stress disorder therapy. I won't say exactly what, but that is the case.
I see. And now, can you all see it? Can you all hear it?
The friendship zone, Rakia. Yeah, I need to resume doing friendship zone properly, but let's make this the unofficial fourth episode of Friendship Zone for the record.
Okay, this can be the fourth Friendship Zone episode. That's fine. No, we're doing. This is welcome to the Kimono Friendship Zone.
Yes, Rocky. How does it feel to be simultaneously in the Kimono Friend Zone and in the Friendship Zone?
Yeah, you can still call the host. Yeah, you can call the host slurs. Live.
Friendship Zone. Friendship Zone. You can always call the host slurs like while it's not live. Is the thing.
That is true. Okay, now is the aspect ratio okay? But we're not. We got the whole screen on at once. Is what I want to know, because that made me so angry when I found out we were 2.5 hours in and we hadn't got the whole screen on the thing.
See.
Oh my goodness.
I'm looking at this now, and I see.
You can actually see the hotbar. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Now we are. Where were we last time, Angie? We'd just gotten to Hong Kong.
I forget. quite a bit of it. I do not have a memory that works.
That's okay.
But the thing is that
I did save Paul, yes.
the thing is that earlier, midway through last month, I was reading a book called Genuflect by Tracy Twyman. I assume you're familiar with, for instance, Boyd Rice, correct?
Oh yes, I know Boyd Rice.
Yes, he used to be friends with this woman named Tracy Twyman, who they used to research the Holy Grail together, and I think they formed like an esoteric order together. But over time, she became more and more dissatisfied with Boyd Rice, and they went their separate ways sometime in the mid-2000s, and she became more and more schizotypal over the course of that period of time. I say this not to insult her, because I read her book. I've read a couple of her other writings, and the thing is that I recognize various parts of myself in her. She became a bit obsessed with Mithraism because of her research on the Knights Templar, because she became convinced that the Knights Templar were attempting to revive a mixture of Mithraism and Ophite Gnosticism.
If you need help,
What do those words
thing
mean,
about-
Angie?
Okay, so Ophite Gnosticism was a form of Gnosticism that venerated the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
So you're already learning, everyone.
I'm speaking in a transatlantic accent, if you can't tell, because I am high and I'm channeling the spirit of Marianne Williamson.
I love you so much, Evangeline. Jesus. I'm channeling the spirits. Okay, go, Angie. Tell us about Mithraism. We're playing Deus Ex.
Okay.
We want to hear about Mithraism. Please tell us.
Okay, we're going to have a love and light fest.
Angie, having you on the stream it's like browsing Wikipedia while drunk. You're just like, I don't remember any of this, but I'm learning so much.
going up.
Okay, so Mithraism was a Persian. That's not correct. Mithraism was not a Persian religious sect. It adopted Persian characters and Persian themes, that is to be true. But strictly speaking, it was, in effect, a Roman innovation. If you actually look at the central cultic image of Mithraism, which was a tauroctony, of which several survive, actually. Several tauroctonies survive, including one in London.
We make tomorrow look like
I
yesterday.
see.
Inside
Angie could
the
be high,
London
yes.
Mithraeum.
I'm looking for Mr. Hundley.
I could be high.
Yeah, Angie, you might want to turn yourself up
does
just a
do
bit
me-
more.
I have my microphone up to the maximum.
Okay, hang on.
This is as far as it will go.
Could you talk louder?
Yes, I'll try to talk louder at the very least.
There, you need to be slightly clipping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing about Mithraism is if you look at the tauroctony, for instance, the Persian character Mithra, never slayed a bull in Zoroastrian mythology. Rather, the person who slayed a bull in Persian mythology
Feet are killing me.
was Angramanyu, that is the devil Ahriman. And the devil Ahriman slays the cosmic bull, and Ahura Mazda rescues the bull's spirit, and from its blood forms all biological life.
You do not require a security pass to visit.
Yeah, okay.
So the slaying of the bull is understood in Zoroastrianism as a diabolical
The
act.
schedule.
It is an
Yeah,
attempt
sure.
to destroy
It's swell
life.
to miss a day of work.
But
But they
Ahura
bloody hell
Mazda
better push back the
prevails in
delivery.
creating
I know I
new
won't be
life
done.
anyway.
They'll understand.
However,
It's the super freighters
in
on our way to America.
in the
No
Roman
more
cult
special
of
agents nosing about
Mithraism,
up here.
Mithras
Special
with an
agents?
S,
You know,
however,
the ones in the suits
is
with
the
grey
one
skin.
who slays the
Eyes
bull.
tattooed on the backs of their
Furthermore,
necks.
here's some very
I'd
interesting
sure like to know
part.
what was
This
in those
one-
tanks to make them so
This
uptight.
part is very interesting.
Yeah.
Various,
1 second, I just gotta turn Angie up.
Various?
Go ahead.
various Mithraic deities. No, what the hell? Various Mithraiums, that is the temples of Mithras,
Yes.
display dedications on their statues saying Deo Ahrimanius, that is to the god Ahriman,
I see.
who again is the Persian devil. He is the Persian Zoroastrian equivalent of Satan. The evil spirit. Angra Mainyu means the spirit of destruction, if I recall correctly in Avesta.
But how does this link to Umineko, Angie?
Okay, hold on a second. I need to take a drag from a vape.
Okay. She's about to tell us.
People are trying to concentrate.
They keep you
Tankbuster 95, correctly, it was an inversion of Mazda Yasa.
Why not?
Huh.
Perfect,
I guess
correct.
it doesn't matter what I say anymore.
Perfectly correct.
It's because I falsify
As a
all the
matter of
records,
fact,
okay?
Probably
it
don't
is
want
my
you telling people
contention
that.
So, I don't care. I figured it out today. How they do it.
Mithraism
People with my job got
was
the great
in
death.
effect an
In a couple
inversion
of weeks, I could
of
be in a
the
camp. I could
Zoroastrian
already be
myth.
sick.
Here's the thing.
Why would they do
Here's the
that?
thing. Tracy
Whatever's in
Twyman
that
was a
stuff goes in
complete
there.
and utter
Instruments, military
paranoid.
personnel.
This cannot be doubted.
None
She
of it
was
goes on the
literally
record.
a paranoid.
I see.
That's why he got sick. Chang, Kylie, Watts.
And this is the Boyd Rice collaborator.
Check out those labs.
Yes, she
Right.
collaborated quite a bit with Boyd Rice. They actually went to Rennes-le-Château in France together in order to try to find the Priory of Sion.
I bet you could do it.
Well, I did that once on a 2-week holiday.
Which,
I can give you
which they didn't actually do because the Priory of Sion is actually a hoax. It was
Oh.
made up by this one guy. It was made up by this one guy as a means to ingratiate himself into French occultist and monarchist circles. Yeah, they were actually into the Priory of Sion far before Dan Brown was.
It's like reading about all those people who were like really into like, I think it was all those like
Yeah,
60s and 70s industrial people who all got really into Charles Manson shit.
Yeah.
And they all believed in
It
that.
was all like that. Yeah, although the thing is that like if you look at all the Manson stuff, there's actually like stuff there, like all the Kirke Order of Dog's Blood and whatnot.
Yeah.
Sogdian religion. I need to read more into that. I recall reading about it some years ago, but you know. In any case,
If you need help,
it was
talk to one of the receptionists.
what's it called? It was Tracy Twyman's contention that if you read the Tauroctonies and the various
If you
the
need help,
various cult images and cult texts of
All right,
Mithraism,
I killed your boss.
you will see.
mean-
You will
He's out of the
see.
picture.
You
I'd
will.
advise
Oh
you to
God
not hang
damn it!
around
I'm
too long.
repeating myself.
See those labs.
That
Well, okay, sure.
rather
doesn't matter to me.
than
The code to the elevator is
Mithras
6512.
making
I'll make sure
a
you have access
simple
once you get to the lab.
pact with Sol Invictus, the god of the sun, who was at the time the chief deity of Rome. Given that this was the part of the empire, rather than simply shaking hands with and making a pact with Sol Invictus, rather, Twyman establishes that Mithras had dominated Sol Invictus, had forced him into submission to
that's
him,
me.
along with the rest of the gods.
I see.
And thus, Mithraism could be understood
forward to this
as
for a long time.
effectively a Gnostic sort of religion.
Yeah.
That is, it saw the gods not as the rightful rulers of the cosmos, but as planetary archons, malign or stupid deities that have to be subdued with esoteric magic in order for the practitioner of magic to prevail.
I see.
And it is believed that Mithras, and she believed that Mithras was revered as this sort of hero, precisely because he was able to subdue the planetary archons.
I see.
Now,
Did
how does this
you
tie
get
into
all that,
Knights
everyone?
Templar, of course.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes, please.
You see, she believes that an androgynous form of Mithras. Meti, derived from the Greek goddess Metis, was the deity that became what was recorded as Baphomet. You see, Baphomet is supposed to be Baphometis, which is the baptism of wisdom. And as such, it is believed, Twyman believed that Mithras was worshipped by the Knights Templar, and she found some inscriptions. She translated this book from the 1700s about the Knights Templar that was previously only available in Latin, and she found some inscriptions. She found some inscriptions on Templar artifacts saying, "The distinguished charity of Meti uproots the enemy."
Wait, no, Baphomet isn't just Baal, right?
What do you think distinguished... Baphomet is not just Baal. Actually, the mainstream understanding of Baphomet is that it's like a mixed up conflation of I've actually thought of playing the Botany Corporation before. But anyway, the thing about Baphomet, the mainstream contention is that Baphomet is basically just like a mixed up like conflation of Mahomet, that is an old word for Muhammad, and what's it called? Behemoth, which would be pronounced Bahamut.
Wow.
So
what's that goat demon thing that they depict Baphomet as?
Scientific progress depends upon
I'm not
collaboration.
entirely sure, but the thing is that Tracy Twyman actually believed that the original Baphomet was a severed head, which was animated using drugs by spirits.
Jesus.
But in any case, the thing about this is that I've seen the wiki. Okay, I've seen the wiki for Lobotomy Court, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I need to read more into this, but I never do. Anyway. So the basic idea of this. Remember, the distinguished charity of Meti uproots the enemy. You might be able to figure out from this, from the context that I've been talking about, that the enemy refers to the planetary archons, right?
Of course. I could figure that out, yeah.
What does distinguished charity mean, do you think?
I don't know. What is distinguished charity?
Well, charity, agape, could be understood as another word for love. And distinguished could be understood as another word for strange. So the strange love of Meti uproots the archons.
Right.
Now here's the thing. You see Meti in this particular inscription. There was a picture of Meti dragging out the sun and moon upside down along with all the planets through something that appears to be a hole. Also, Naughty Cakes, I want to dispute that, because if you attend a Gnostic Mass, as according to the rite of the Ecclesia Gnostica Catholica and the Ordo Templi Orientis of Thelema, Baphomet does indeed have a function within the system of Thelema. But in any case, the basic understanding is that Tracy Twyman developed was that the Knights Templar were very, very interested in the practice of ritual pederasty.
Oh no, here we go.
As a method of killing the sky, collapsing the moon to the earth, and destroying the Aeon.
Huh. Oh, you don't understand, dude. We're collapsing the earth.
Yeah, so the thing is that the way she understands this, you see, it may be plausible that the Knights Templar actually believed and practiced this in hopes of destroying the sky. It may be plausible that they actually did that. I'm not entirely sure. I'd need to do more reading, but it's plausible. It is it is even possible that various cultists might wish to do this today. Again, I'm not sure. I doubt it actually, but it's possible. It's a possibility. I'd put it at like 2% probability. Tracy Twyman believed that space is not real.
Oh.
That what we see above us is, as a matter of fact, the astral plane, as described by Plato.
I see.
Furthermore, that what's it called? I'm trying to remember something right now.
Angie, you take your time.
Furthermore, she believed that Michael Bloomberg was the... Okay, here's the thing. The London Mithraeum I mentioned earlier. Guess what building is built atop that? The London HQ for
What?
Bloomberg.
Oh shit, wait, what? Oh fuck.
Yeah, so you can actually tour the Mithraeum sometimes. That is right beneath the Bloomberg London HQ. And Tracy Twyman decided that this meant that Bloomberg was not only a pedophile, I mean, we can probably agree that Bloomberg is probably a pedophile, like, with all the Epstein stuff and everything. But she believed that not only was Bloomberg probably a pedophile, but also specifically a Mithraist pedophile who wished to take, to destroy the world. It's actually one of my friends actually lists Genuflect, the novel of which I am speaking, that Tracy Twyman wrote, as one of the most extreme novels that he's ever read. It's like practically a book equivalent of Salo, and she actually like mentions
Thank you, yes, good,
Salo.
like. Good, I like. Keep spitting, Angie.
She actually mentions Salo in the book. She says that Pasolini was murdered because she was basically exposing what Propaganda Due were actually up to in private.
Down the hall.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of plausible, honestly.
Everyone sort of says that, like.
Yeah.
They say that with Kubrick,
like,
too.
Yeah, like, it wouldn't, like, I mean, Pasolini was very clearly, murdered.
Oh, of course.
Like,
got run over by his own car, didn't he?
By, like, yeah, he was very clearly, like, murdered by, like, specifically Gladio people. Like...
Oh, so it does tie into Gladio.
Yeah, it's very likely that, you know, the Italian right wing, in general, just saw him as a threat somehow, and they want him dead. Twyman's very specific theory is that, Propaganda Due. Basically, the thing about Propaganda Due is that, you know, basically all of the Italian right wing was involved in Propaganda Due. Berlusconi was part of Propaganda Due. All of it. Fucking all of it. The thing is, though, that Twyman's specific theory Twyman's specific theory was that they had Pasolini murdered because the Italian elite were actually doing Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom in real life, and they didn't want him exposing their secrets.
It makes sense. And also everything ties into Gladio, yes. You're going to learn that with Angie.
Later on in the book, she actually says that the reason that the Marquis de Sade was, imprisoned while the other aristocrats were still basically walking free is because, the truth of the matter is, like, she actually comes stunningly close to, like, a class-based analysis at the end where she's just like, yeah, the ruling classes of all times simply just, like, see themselves as having the right to rape and kill and possess the lower classes. And so the Marquis de Sade wasn't like an innocent man necessarily, but he was hated by the basically real Todd Coward. He was the fall guy for the aristocracy is what she thought.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, with all the, like, Naminho de Silva. With all the Marc Dutroux shit in Belgium, I could see it precisely. Exactly that. Like, again, I've said before on stream, I've, like, lived through Dutroux type shit in America, so.
Yeah. Oh, take a breath, everyone.
In any case, how do you like drugs, Rocky?
I like drugs a lot. I think they're great. What about you?
I like drugs a lot.
Yeah.
I think plenty of drugs are great.
Do you believe in ketamine therapy, by the way? Does it
Yes.
work?
Yes, I do.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
In my experience, at least. King of DVDK, Angie, why is everyone evil? I don't think everyone is evil is the thing. I think probably very, very few people are like really outright evil. I think that many people can be induced toward evil in the right circumstances, but relatively few people are actively going like, yeah, I'm going to rape and kill and murder just for the hell of it. There are people like that out there, of course, but you know.
Agent Denton from America has retrieved.
What is ketamine therapy, Angie? Do you know? Could you explain to Stonehaven?
Basically, in either a professional or an informal, you know, technically not legal setting, it's about taking, like, ketamine therapy is about taking ketamine as a remedy for post-traumatic stress disorder in particular, although it can be used for depression as well, simple depression. But what I am interested in, they've been looking into ketamine and psilocybin and MDMA for especially post-traumatic stress disorder, especially treatment-resistant post-traumatic stress disorder, because it seems that you can effectively use these to sort of reprogram the brain and tell it, okay, stop getting caught in these loops, stop getting caught in like the trauma loops and everything.
Huh.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the news.
Ketamine is a psychedelic, right? What is it? Or it's a sedative?
It's a classical dissociative. It's a classical dissociative. So technically its mechanism of action is pretty similar to Robitussin, for instance.
Dissociative, that's right.
But it does have effects that are very similar to psychedelics in ways that are really closer than, I would hazard to guess, closer than other dissociatives.
Peace between the triads is now official.
So it'll, yeah.
We begin to operate from a position of strength.
Well,
we will start.
I've got a friend who's probably going to do ketamine therapy for her depression, so looking forward to that.
Beautiful.
VersaLife is crawling with troops. I think they're hiding more than sword
In any
technology
case,
down there.
I have not tried MDA. I have not tried MDA. I've looked into it. It seems correct. Benadryl is not a dissociative nor a psychedelic. It is a deliriant. And the thing about delirium, one of the things, yes, it is. Well, here's the thing: you're using dissociation in somewhat of a different sense than you know, dissociation in terms of like zoning out or depersonalizing. It's very closely related, but it's like slightly different. It's not the only thing that's going on. Meanwhile, deliriums. Benadryl is a deliriant. Yes. The thing about deliriants is that most of them are anticholinergics. That is, okay, let me double check this because I want to make sure that I want to make sure that my terminology is correct.
Go for it.
Anticholinergic drugs.
Yes, Benadryl is the spider drug, right? It makes all the spiders and shadow people appear.
Well, first of all, the thing is that anticholinergics, there's a whole bunch of anticholinergics that are basically over the counter, including Benadryl. And usually you just take them, very, at very low doses. But once you start taking them in large doses, that's when they begin acting as deliriants, because they almost completely suppress the binding of acetylcholine, which is a very particular neurotransmitter, and one that I have gradually become, after reading about the action of the anticholinergics, become convinced that acetylcholine is effectively the chemical that prevents us from seeing dark dimension in Silent Hill.
Oh God.
basically, the way that the world works is that if you do not open your eyes and see the dark world and Silent Hill, that is due to the action of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. You should be very thankful that your brain is probably flooded with acetylcholine at this very moment.
Angie, have you seen the movie From Beyond?
Not yet.
It's a movie about how
I've actually heard of that one.
they have like a machine that they turn on, and then they can see all the fucked up Lovecraft creatures, and it drives them insane. It's great. It's a great movie.
What's the title again?
From Beyond. It's by the guy who made Reanimator.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
It's really, really good.
I was about to say.
Yes, head penis. It's not the Claire penis movie. It's got, what's it called? The adrenal gland? No, the thing that people eat, supposedly. Pineal gland. That's it. That's right.
Pineal gland.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the part of your body that becomes. Fun fact: it is actually basically demonstrable. You can find this on like WebMD.com that the pineal gland does become calcified by the usage of fluoride.
Oh.
By the consumption of fluoride, and that this does actually have negative mental effects.
Oh shit. How do I know if I have a calcified pineal gland?
You probably already do.
Fuck. We're getting calcified. Oh no. I had my shit calcified.
Let me see how you decalcify your pineal gland. Let me double check.
You gotta take the pills Alex Jones offers you.
Healthline.com says decalcifying the pineal gland, what to do. Let's see. Why does calcification occur? How can you decalcify?
Decalcifying on this.
Because
thing.
I remember. I used to believe that iodine could. I'm not entirely sure about this. I'm pretty sure it's not true at this point, but I remember believing that. I remember I used to take daily iodine supplements because of. I'm actually not sure about it, but I used to take daily iodine supplements in order to decalcify my pineal gland.
Did it work? Did you decalcify?
I don't know. But yeah, iodine. Yeah, actually, most people at least in the first world, especially, just have like relatively like mild iodine deficiency.
Your shit's all calcified, bro.
Yeah. Let me think about it. Yeah, the other thing is that do you know what apparently acetylcholine?
What? No.
Nicotine.
Whoa. Nicotine's good for schizophrenia too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Right, yeah. I've heard that, yeah.
Do you know what else? Let me double check. You know what else is a deliriant, an anticholinergic?
No.
Deuterostromnium.
What's that?
Okay, I will tell you the green text. I might be mispronouncing it, actually. I'm going to pronounce it differently starting now. But here we go. Ate some datura once and hit the gym. It was an interesting experience, but ultimately disastrous. Roughly 3 hours after taking datura, can't find car keys. Decide to uphill sprint to the gym. Gym is around the block, up a steep hill. Walk into the place and head straight to the weight room. Put my belt on, chalk up. Decide to do bench press. Felt like I was already warmed up. Do 225 5x5. Head into the locker room / shower area. My brother happens to be there and is asking me about deadlift form. Show him the basics. load 5 plates on the bar, black out from the effort of trying to lift it, wake up in ER having been given antipsychotics, numerous lacerations, severe scalding on 30% of my body, and a broken foot. At least, that's how it happened to me. What actually happened based on sober recollection and gym patron/employee statement was, it was 12 hours after I ate the datura, not 3. My car keys were in the kitchen sink. I tried to start the car while I was still in the house by running the garbage disposal with the keys inside, I think.
What?
The gym is 7 miles away, all flat road. I sprinted there and the exhaustion made me think it was uphill. I thought the locker room/shower area was the weight room. My belt was a USB extension cord. I thought my protein in my gym bag was chalk. I was warmed up because I took a scalding hot shower. I bench pressed a wet towel on the bench next to the lockers. I went into the locker room, which was actually the weight room. I have no brother. I loaded 5 plates on one end of the bar, the same bar from the weight room, i.e. my wet towel that I threaded through the plates. Tried to lift it, dropped it on my foot.
Hallucinating that you have a brother is so funny.
The universal constructor is in this facility.
Who was showing him how to deadlift.
Yeah, not only hallucinating that you have a brother, but believing that you have a brother and hallucinating him even though you never had one.
That is so funny. Oh my god. Just being like, what? Who was phone? Exactly. Oh my god. Have you read the Goon story about when they were taking the juice?
Yes.
That oh god.
Yes.
Angie,
yes,
if you can pull up the juice. Oh my god. I don't know how to find it, but if you can find the juice. I would go nuts if you would read that.
Let me see if I...
So, Something Awful used to have, one of the funniest things it had, only if you remember, it was a drug forum. And every now and then someone would just cook to death in their car from taking, like, some shit they bought online.
Yes.
And at one point they were all taking a drug called the juice.
Not the juice. The juice.
The juice.
Joose.
Yes.
Yoza.
Yeah, that forum just like killed people every now and then.
Been lurking and following this thread since day one. Experience with compo stuff. Holy shit, where to begin? I tried just a little and it was great. Slept most of the day. A few weeks later, Monday, I try a little more. I wake up Tuesday night with a broken arm from crashing my motorcycle in a parking lot. 30 miles. Wrong direction home. In the middle of the night. Cop pulls me aside and whiz wondering where I'm going. Home, no ID, no money, no cell phone, but keys, thankfully. I failed a sobriety test as 30 or so out raining, and I was cold, shivering, so I think I got some leniency. Thankfully, he gave me a lift. Whack up Wednesday to an email that said if I wasn't in the hospital, I was fired. And my fiance's father called and said if I called her again, he'd get a restraining order. Now I find out that despite being in the hospital, I'm still fired. Learn from my lesson, folks. You will lose me the love of your life, and despite being a week later, have no idea why. Lose your job, and in a month or so, your apartment. I have basically nowhere to go. Oh, you could IM me this 99-cent place to buy more. I'd appreciate it, or just want to chat. Aim is mostly null. He just says, I destroyed my life using this substance. I'd like to buy some more, please.
Please, yes, more drugs.
Yeah, this, by the way, is very specifically a, This, by the way, is very specifically a, an illegal benzodiazepine that you're not supposed to take more than like a tiny amount of. Like one of my friends who has experience with it said the proper way, I think it's called, I think it might be phenazepam, I'm not entirely sure, I think that was it, but the proper way to take it is to lick the end of a toothpick, dip it into the powder, and then stick that under your tongue and wait a half an hour and do not do any more than that, or else you will be in a coma or dead or something along those lines.
Huh.
Also, Cascading Style Sheet posted, I cook my first dough is Friday, and now it's suddenly Monday. I'm still too cross-eyed to write properly, but never really had any positive effect during that time. Can't wait for this shit to gone, so I can just to get on with what I'm doing. Had a few hours of work and feel better. Very hard to form any thoughts or feel dizzy and cross-eyed, and very tried. I reality hope these clocks are correct. Total zombification. Don't think I'll do again. Nazy hangover at this amount. And then the reply is, it's not Monday anywhere in the world right now, CSS. You'll have to trust us that you're on day 6, 7, or 8 of your trip.
You just tripped for like what, 8 days straight? Oh my god.
Yeah, you just take this drug, and you're immediately in. You just take this drug, and you're immediately in Area X from Annihilation.
Oh my god, you wake up and you're just made out of PS2 graphics, and that's your life now? Like, oh shit. It's Monday in my mind.
A juice made me hook up with one of my friends who is a girl.
Oh god, yes.
Sleeping together in my bed. Then the next day, after another eyeball dose, I had gay sex with my friend. Neither of us are gay, and I don't even remember how it happened. Just saying the juice is not to be fucked with. You could do some weird ass shit on it.
Accidentally had gay sex. Anyone got any goons got any advice?
You see, that sounds fantastic. You see, if I could take a drug and immediately just have sex with one of my female friends and then have sex with one of my male friends, that would be great, actually.
Good rule.
Wouldn't love that.
Just casually fucking the homies.
Walking up and being like, your dick works. You're like, I want to have sex with a woman, and then a man immediately after that.
Oh man.
And you, and somehow, just by the power of the drug.
Hussy, do you want to come in?
I just searched the juice.
The juice, yeah, it's a fairly famous thing. It's like waking up and you're like made out of Lego, like forever, and it never goes away. It's like, oh jeez. You gotta ask your mom for a Xanax. Oh, Hussy's about to start robo tripping live on stream. Yeah, if you've got any more juice stories, please share it, dude. They're so good. Oh.
Can't find any other good ones.
Oh no, probably not. But those ones are the best. The ones were like, that forum had a bunch of people who were just like, who would just die in their car. Like they take like benzos and then they just like die.
Have you ever read Aleister Crowley, by the way?
Nope. By all means, please enlighten me.
So what was that movie you were talking about?
From Beyond.
Terrible memory for names. From Beyond.
Yes.
I keep thinking it's Above Beyond.
No, From Beyond, from I think 1980, 86 or something.
Thank you so much. I will attempt to watch this soon. In any case. So I assume enough of you have watched enough anime to know what the Enochian language is, right?
Suppose that I haven't.
Okay, so back in the 1600s,
speak up, Angie.
Back in the 1600s, this guy named John Dee, who is the court astrologer for Queen Elizabeth, made contact with some angels along with the medium Edward Kelly, and the angels delivered unto them the Enochian alphabet and the Enochian language, which includes such gems as "O son of Vaur Saji, Goho Iad Balt," which is Enochian for "I reign over you, saith the God of justice." I forget. I think that's just all that specific sentence says. But yeah, so the basic idea of the Enochian language is that you can use it to scry the various ethers, that is, the astral planes above our reality. And so, this is precisely what Aleister Crowley did, because Aleister Crowley was, of course, an initiate into the Golden Dawn system, and in the Golden Dawn system of magic, it is understood that you have to learn Enochian magic in particular. Enochian magic, by the way, is very elaborate and difficult, because it all depends on the proper working of this language and whatnot. Anyway, Crowley wrote a book called The Vision and the Voice, where he went through all the 10, where he went through all the Enochian ethers one by one, and the 10th ether, which is called Zax, is hilarious, because this is supposed to be a pivotal moment in the history of Thelema, in the history of Crowley.
Good, Rose.
Because this is where Crowley crosses the abyss and officially becomes a babe of the abyss, a real, true magus.
Wow.
Max Chan, Gordon Quigg,
And the thing about the Cry of the 10th Ether is that it mostly consists of Aleister Crowley's gay boyfriend beating him with a stick as he is possessed by a devil on mescaline.
That's basically, it's just an excuse to have gay sex, from what I understand.
Yeah. Basically, they just describe. Basically, this whole chapter of the book just describes, like, they put Crowley inside, like, this triangle furnished with holy names, and the gay boyfriend Victor Neuberg, who's also Jewish, by the way, is sitting inside a circle.
Who is that?
And then just like fucking. And fucking, like, Neuberg just, like, starts writing from within his circle because he's the designated scribe. It's just like Crowley chants the Enochian ether and snorts some mescaline right in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
I'll be living in Hong Kong for a couple of months.
And
will you get better? Any permanent damage?
Guys are just going out into the desert on drugs.
You'll be on your own for a while.
Yeah, there's just this one passage where
turns out VersaLife at a Universal
there's this one
Constructor.
passage where, like, fucking Crowley
right
just, like, starts yelling, like, "Here the scribe threatened the demon with anger and pain in hell. The demon replied, 'Thinkest thou, O fool, that there is any anger and any pain that I am not, or any hell but this my spirit? Images, 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 all without control, all without reason. The malice of Coronzon is not the malice of a being. It is the quality of malice, because he boasteth himself, I am I, hath in truth no self. And these are they that are fallen under my..." And he just keeps talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. With a heart of furious... And I must speak, 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 millions of mad voices in my brain, with a heart of furious fancies, whereof I am commander, with a burning spear and a horse of air to the wilderness I wander. The idea was to keep the scribe busy writing so as to spring upon him. For while the scribe talked, Coronzon had thrown sand into the magic circle and filled it up. But Coronzon could not think fast and continuously, and so resorted to the device of quotation. The scribe had written 2 or 3 words of Tom o' Bedlam when Coronzon sprang from within
I
the
was risking
circle,
my
the
life
part of
in
the
there.
circumference of which was
No
nearest to
joke,
him he had been
Mr.
filling up with sand all this time, and leaped
Though not as
upon the
powerful as they
scribe.
were at the
You have
beginning of
to
the century,
picture
I know
Aleister
few of the
Crowley
former
jumping
leaders.
on this gay Jewish man,
Stanton.
throwing him to the
Yes.
earth.
Plus
Conflict took
Claire,
place within the
Morgan,
magic
Everett,
circle. The scribe
most of them
called
in Paris, I
upon
understand.
Tetragrammaton, that
What
is
do they
Yod He
have to do
Vav
with the
He,
just
name of
well?
God, and succeeded in
Question
compelling
for Powell.
Coronzon to return
I
into
will
his
contact him in
triangle.
New York.
By dint of
Hopefully he
anger
will
and of
agree to
threatening
meet you.
him with the
With a
magic
hacker
staff
named
that he
Daedalus.
accomplished this. That is,
A
the gay
valuable
boyfriend,
informant.
Neuberg, is just
He
beating
sent me one of the
Aleister
codes
Crowley
I
with a
needed to find
stick
that super
until
freighter.
he gets back in this
Super freighter.
triangle
You
drawn.
need to get back in the gay sex circle, Alistair.
Your pilot is landing.
You're not allowed out.
Yes,
Find out
this
and
is
see if he knows
basically
where the
just
ship
what
is going
happened
or
with
how we can
Aleister
stop it.
Crowley
In any
constantly.
case,
He was just having like he was coming up with like increasingly elaborate excuses to have gay sex.
a German, they say, augmented.
Tell your
Yeah.
people not to tangle with it.
Well, it's it was the 20s. This is just what you had to do back then.
Tong is pleased about the files you.
Officer, we are not having gay sex. We
Officer?
are indulging in the right of Eleusis.
we're speaking to our ancestors, actually.
Actually, anal penetration is the most necessary part of
The ritual.
National Congress of Gnosis.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah,
we need
actually,
ID.
it's actually the basic idea of like. Actually, the basic idea of the Gnostic Mass is that like you bake cakes using cum,
Tong fill me in. So we
and
had
then
to
you
pick
eat
up
them.
Stanton Dow.
Yeah. You know him?
I heard
It's
a
like
few.
coming up with like increasingly elaborate excuses to just be like, no, I need you to put my dick in your mouth.
Philbin was pulling my leg about the Illuminati, though.
I guess we'll find out.
It's the
when-
third secret, okay?
Let's not waste any time.
Yeah, Aleister Crowley actually like. The thing is that he was actually just like very openly bisexual despite all of that, and he like wrote in his diaries all the time about how much he loved bottoming.
Not in a gay way though. That's a fun thing to read about like old homosexuals, is they probably wouldn't have thought of themselves as gay. Like getting together with the homies and having gay sex wasn't considered gay back then.
Oh, he definitely considered himself like.
Classical homosexuality is so funny. Whoop.
Hello.
Hello. You gotta turn yourself up, hussy old boy.
Okay, amp goes all the way up into the red. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Now we can hear you.
I always test it on Discord, and he always tells me to get louder. So can you hear me now?
She's here, everyone. The other one. Hussy and Angie together again. How you been, boy?
Oh, that screaming, it pumped the adrenaline up.
That's good. You gotta shock the body.
I'll say, did you hear my black metal scream earlier?
No, do it again. That's more like a CSA scream. I think black metal's a little bit more piggish.
Okay. No, wait. No, that'd be death metal. That'd have to be death metal.
Black metal, you gotta
metal is
scream from the soul. That's how
Yeah,
you do
like
black metal.
death grind. Death grind is the stuff where you're going.
Such good music.
Yeah.
Such notably good music.
Oh,
Black
my
metal
God.
and death
Just like-
metal and
just
death
like
grind
a-
and porno grind.
Hussy, will you retweet the stream and say that you're here?
Just like imitating diarrhea using the drums and imitating a pig being sodomized with your voice.
I got 1% on my phone. If I can do it on my phone before it dies, then sure.
Thank you. You know, I'm not gonna be screaming. I'm always screaming.
Alright, Viper.
No fab guy asked me if it's okay to still get a boner to porno grind. Is it okay if I get hard?
Wasn't the left Twitter shooter like a guy in a porno grind band?
The left Twitter shooter? Yeah, no, he tried to talk to me about porno grind once. The only time we ever interacted with each other was him trying to talk to me about porno grind.
I just want to say on record, I would bet you $1,000 that as the left Twitter shooter was gunning all those people down, the thing that was going through his head wasn't any regrets, but it was that fucking drill drunk driving tweet.
Oh, of course.
100% just repeating that to himself and chuckling as he was mowing people down.
Whose voice am I
That
hearing
might
right
be the
now?
most demeaning way to die possible. You get shot in the fucking head by someone who quotes drill in real life.
Yeah, no, you just get obliterated by that dude. Absolutely domed.
Okay, I retweeted
Hang
it.
on. Good shit. Hang on.
Ooh, text from mom. Do you want a McFlurry?
There might be a more humiliating way to die if like
I'm
one of
not
the,
even
like,
joking.
if like one of the esoteric right-wing guys on here just like got into like fucking like ritual sacrifice or some shit.
I don't know.
I'm getting ritual sacrificed by a guy who follows his logo on Twitter.
That would be so embarrassing. There was that right-wing shooter who wrote like ebooks about manliness. And then it ended up like...
Yeah.
Just so fucking funny. There was a BAP shooter, yes.
Imagine getting eaten by Cantbot.
Is that you, Hussy, talking? You sound different.
Nope,
No,
that's
that was
Spencer.
Spencer.
Wait, Spencer's... Oh, that's you, Spencer. I was like, wait, who is that?
No, I cannot hear you. He's just coming up to my microphone.
Oh, he's just coming... Oh, Spencer's here. All right. Yo.
Cannot hear you.
What's
Man.
score? Is that caramel chat? I've never had a score McFlurry before.
Mmm.
I told her Oreo.
Oreo's the best one.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
It was worth it.
A goon attempted to assassinate some Proud Boys.
100-page schizo prof manifest. Someone please link that.
No, that sounds insane. It's like 800 pages, and the N-word is used 10,000 times, Angie.
I read a little bit. It was kind of funny.
Oh boy.
Do they have a Twitter?
Yeah, what's their at?
You out here because of martial law? I didn't know they were using Marines.
I guarantee you
Jack
follows
likes to
me.
work alone. I just came out to look up a girl I used to know, Sandra Renton. FEMA gave me a pass to the
You
curb.
can just get a milkshake with crushed toppings for cheaper. McFlurries.
I know.
McFlurries are a scam.
What's FEMA?
You're dyslexic. 1, opinion disregarded. 2, the whole point is I don't want to make my own milkshake, you fucking piece of shit. I want a milkshake hand delivered to me via my mom. You think I'm gonna tell my mom, could you buy milk, ice cream, Oreos that I'll crush up on my own like some kind of fucking primitive caveman? Why don't you shut the fuck up?
I would.
Forever.
Maybe I'll check it out for you.
McFlurries are great.
Used to be.
God will shut you the fuck up forever at some point in time. It could be tomorrow, it could be 23 years from now. You could have a deathbed, your deathbed could be the grass, but if you ever fucking tell me to make my own milkshake again, Jesus Christ. McFlurries are a scam. They're like $3, you dumb
Thanks.
piece of shit.
I'll see what I can find out.
God damn.
I feel like manifesto is such a great word because like on the news they'll just be like, this guy had a manifesto, and it could just be like the N-word repeated 300 times, and that's all it is.
You order it. Yeah, no, McFlurries are great. Milkshakes are great. Vanilla milkshakes.
Manifesto, they didn't do it. It means they pussied it out. That's what that means when you see it in the news.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it means that it was written by the FBI for someone.
That pretty much is
I was
usually
like a
the case.
postdoctorate student, and that kind of, you know, that tracks. It makes sense that a postdoc student wouldn't actually do the thing. They just write about it for 800 pages.
People know the government has a vaccine.
Implying I'd ever want to fucking read that travesty of a text.
I never mentioned. I've been working for the ASF all along.
Like you're the fucking Herman Melville of mass shooters. You didn't even shoot anybody or anything.
I need to find
suck.
one of their leaders. Stanton Dowd.
The Herman Melville of mass shooters.
Fucking
that
idiot.
The Great Death. What's Dowd got?
The same corporation that
So
makes
I don't want to be
Ambrosia
privy
also
to this. I don't want to be your
manufactures
fucking
the
Ishmael.
Quite convenient.
You hunting the white whale, fucking shooting up UCLA. You didn't even do it. You never found the white whale. You fucking wrote about it. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Stop writing about things.
Wait, he didn't even shoot up the place?
I was hoping.
No, he doesn't. He didn't. He doesn't even live on campus. He lives in like fucking New York.
Wait, what?
That doesn't count.
Imagine like shooting up a place and then the manifesto you leave isn't like a shooter's manifesto, it's like an art manifesto.
Oh my god.
So you're just like doing that in order to just confuse the shit out of people who are trying to report on it.
Well, that's kind of what the Christchurch guy did. He had all those memes in his thing.
Are you sure?
And who fucking read it? Nobody.
The first post-ironic shooting.
I read it.
I read
was,
it.
Like, retarded. It was fucking retarded. I don't know why. It made him seem like, it didn't make him seem like a cool, like obviously I wasn't going to think he's cool in the first place, but it didn't make him seem like a cool white nationalist guy. It made him seem like, oh, this is the guy that they should be calling the second retarded mass shooter.
Imagine making Elliot Rodgers sound like fucking Vladimir Nabokov through your sheer incompetency. That's how
Just like
bad
posting,
of a fucking
yeah,
writer
it's just
you
like
are.
posting Pepe memes, and it's like, oh, you're just political Randy Stare.
You're not even writing. You're just posting memes in a Google Doc. I can do that too.
That's incredible.
Okay, remember how like Anders Breivik's manifesto was like a fucking 1,000 pages long, and it was all just like ripped off from like Ayn Rand.
It was, yeah. I do remember that actually. It was all just copy pasted.
Copy pasted a fuckload of like Ayn Rand quotes and shit like that. He just like would randomly like I think he like just randomly took like pages of like Mein Kampf and like replaced Jews with cultural Marxists or some shit.
He did plagiarize, yeah, Kaczynski a lot. I remember that.
Yeah, Mein Kampf, that notable.
He plagiarized. Yeah, he plagiarized Kaczynski and just like replaced like the leftists with the cultural Marxists.
Can you people just realize that Ted Kaczynski was literally a genius?
Yes.
You know, say what you will about the bombs. The man was literally a verified, certified fucking genius. Like he was. His writings are still used in his field to this day. He is still cited. He's in the footnotes of certain.
He's better known for his other work.
Have done anything. You are all fucking plebeians. You're all retarded.
When that was true.
You alright?
It's so funny that like he just needed to get pussy. That would have saved him.
We never had troops like Majestic
Who,
12.
Ted K?
Yeah, no, he was like a virgin when he went out and lived in the woods.
If what you say is accurate.
No, he was fucked either way. Pussy does not save anybody. I've learned this myself. Pussy condemns you even further.
He probably did need a pussy. That would have saved him.
Of course. That's why.
To be fair, like pussy can be used for evil. Like sure, like if you don't get enough pussy, that can push you over the edge. But you know, if you get raped by a woman, it basically turns you into a fucking nuclear weapon.
Oh my god.
I know this from experience.
Ted did get fucked up by MK Ultra, didn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they
Like,
tested on
like,
him.
signed up for like the LSD experiments and everything.
Yeah.
I'd pick up some more while I have the chance. But if you think
You're all
equipped,
stupid.
You sure you're?
Stop calling it a manifesto. You wrote bullshit. You wrote too much bullshit. The Unabomber's manifesto isn't even that long.
And he wrote a pretty condensed and like well reasoned and well thought out piece of literature.
You guys, you're not even like John Hinckley. You're the guy who shot fucking. You're Mark David Chapman. You're just completely incoherent all the time.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
to
you're
this
just-
day, people cannot parse as to why Catcher in the Rye was so important to that event because it wasn't. He read. It was like maybe the one book he read throughout his entire life, and There's absolutely no way you can make the two track. It doesn't. It's completely incoherent. That's all your stupid manifestos. You're all just fucking Mark David Chapman Juniors.
Yeah, Mark
That
David
rules,
Chapman
Rose.
was just a guy who liked a book. Here's the thing, by the way, Sirhan literally did not fucking do anything.
You know what happened with him? Like, he just didn't kill RFK.
No, he got
He
framed.
just didn't do it.
Yeah, he didn't. He straight up didn't do it from what I've read. He was just a patsy, and everybody kind of forgot about it.
Maybe his head just did
He
that.
was like, yeah, they like interviewed him like, why did you shoot RFK? And he was like, what are you talking about? I don't remember that.
I didn't kill that
I have
guy.
no memory of that day in my life.
Man, that'd suck.
Look, the Kennedys were cursed. All right. They
Yeah,
lived
quite.
horrible lives, of success, and they were punished for it by God. They were cursed in part through their Irish genealogy. It led them to where they were, and I would argue that that's the primary reason for their downfall. Is that that exact Irish genealogy that should have maybe been stamped out much earlier in time. But one got to be president for a short time, and the other one got shot. One drove his car off a bridge and killed a woman.
One was in Son of the Mask.
Ted Kennedy was framed. Ted Kennedy was framed. This is my most this is one of my most insane takes, but like, I've seen people correctly say that Ted Kennedy was framed.
We don't talk about that Kennedy. Ted Kennedy was framed. Jeez. Yeah, all over the damn wall.
You're just black. Back then you were really black. Now you're just a little bit black. But I think JFK was killed just because he was the first black president.
Didn't they have that sister who they like lobotomized until she like couldn't praise God anymore or something?
They have a fucking horrific.
Yeah, no, they were like destroying that girl's brain and like asking her to say the Lord's Prayer until like they kept fucking up her brain until she couldn't say it coherently anymore.
God.
That's demonic shit right
I
there.
remember that. I remember that. That was awful.
That's awful. God.
They're cursed. Kennedy blood is cursed.
Lobotomies are just the most like flat out evil shit.
I think they lobotomized James Joyce's daughter.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. She also got treated by Young for quite some time, which was kind of funny.
Remember how like Young like diagnosed James Joyce with schizophrenia by proxy after reading Ulysses?
It's not even a schizophrenic book. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Like it's a difficult book. It doesn't really read as schizophrenic. It reads as just like a guy who's too in love with Ireland.
That's schizophrenic in a way.
No, Ireland's cool.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It's a it's a bit of a kind of I don't know. It sounds nice. I'd love to go to Ireland.
It's goddamn.
I've been trying to like fucking track down my father so that I can like claim my dual citizenship.
Nice.
Exactly. You Endure in chat has it right. Ireland's cool, but not if you're from there, and then it's a curse. That's exactly how Joyce reads. It's like, I love this bitch, but I hate this bitch. This bitch has doomed me for eternity. Why the fuck did I have to be born Irish, but I love it?
My father was from Ireland. He died in the most Irish way possible, like, which is by getting into a car crash, probably while drunk after fucking a woman and impregnating her.
Yeah. That's the way. That's a good way to go, I think.
Dude, that's just how Irish people are. It's so funny that they're just like that.
Having that post-sex glow, and then you just like get decapitated.
Yeah. I think we were talking like the New Year's stream about how like Irish Thanksgiving just consists in. Wait, my dad was 21 when he died, by the way. Like, I'm older than he was when he died.
Oh my god. Yeah. The classic Irish father.
In any case, and my mother told me that he probably would have abandoned her if not. He was on his way to see me and then just like kind of checked out, but he died on the way instead.
Oh man. I'm sorry about that, Angie. That sucks.
You don't have to worry about it. I've never met this.
Oh yeah, who is this dude?
He died when he was 21.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Just some Irish dude.
Yeah, he's just some Irish dude, basically.
Some dude.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, if your father dies like while you're being born, it's like you don't start thinking like, oh man, I never had a dad. You're just like, yo, I have some Irish dude who died.
Angie's dad is Vincent Gallo. Pass it on.
It's true.
Wait, is he Irish? Is he actually Irish?
Gallo is Italian.
Is Vincent?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Vincent
right?
Gallo is Italian. Yeah.
Gallo is the most aggressively Italian dude in the world.
I'm not fucking Italian. I'm not fucking Italian. I wouldn't be opposed to being Italian, but I'm just not Italian.
I would love being Italian. Italians love me for some reason. I think it's because I'm just
He literally, Vincent Gallo
guy.
literally says on his website that he wants to fuck Jewish women so he can have a son with a head start in the industry. He's absolutely Angie's dad. Pass it on.
He is Angie's dad.
I'd write that. I'm glad that he's allowed to say these things.
I'm not Italian, just like I'm not Polish. It's like I wouldn't mind being Italian or Polish. I'm just not either.
You can buy his frozen cum online.
Let's do that. Let's all save up and buy Vincent's cum.
It's a lot though. I think it's like $1 million.
Jesus, that's some prized cum.
And it's not already frozen. Like the cum isn't out of his balls yet. You know,
Oh,
so you're
God.
paying a premium for fresh frozen cum.
Paying for cum. Jesus.
Yeah, I think there's a caveat that he will not pay child support or something like that.
Christ.
Polish people wild though. Did you know they count out loud? What do you mean? They go 1, 2, 5, 6, 3. Okay, that didn't.
Not even real.
So
Angie's dad was
Polish
actually Polish
architecture?
and he died trying to screw in a light bulb.
Ted Kaczynski is what happens when you're Polish and have like an IQ over 90.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
the
gonna Google
curse,
Polish
the curse that you have to bear.
Imagine being a Polish Jew. You're just surrounded on all sides by people who hate you, but they don't know how to burn down your house or anything.
Oh, that's tragic.
It's like they hate you, but they couldn't figure out that you have to light a Molotov cocktail before throwing it at your house.
The majority of Europe isn't
have to
real.
feel pity for them.
Oh, of course.
Europe is just a fake continent in general.
Europe is just aggressively not real.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine who went to Poland for a few months during the summer, and they were sending me pictures, and it looked like a fake town made by a child.
It looks like a toy town.
I really did. There were a lot of like primary colors, and the houses looked distinctly Bavarian or whatever. They look like they came out of a folk tale.
That's so funny.
Europe is just like a made-up term. It's made up so that people can go around the United States and just like when they get arrested for hitting a 13-year-old, like they're like, I'm European. It's different over there.
It's different over there. That's what we do here. I think it was like Polanski's ex-wife One of Polanski's like ex-girlfriends who used to just say that they would like, it wasn't uncommon for like men in their 40s to just go and hit on 15-year-olds and shit.
Yeah.
Like 13-year-olds.
Yeah, but
Do you
why do you
remember-
have to drug and rape a child? Why couldn't you just like find a willing child?
It is like
I'm serious. Nobody would have fucking cared.
It's Hollywood.
Kind of funny on. It is like kind of funny on some level that just like, you know, Polanski like fucking survived the Holocaust and his wife got murdered by Charles Manson. That's like the most goodwill that you can have in an entire lifetime. And he somehow identified the one possible way that he could make people hate him. Because he could have probably like run someone over with his car. He could have run over 3 people with his car and people would be like, yeah, but his wife died and he grew up in a concentration camp.
He was in Warsaw, like, yeah. The one thing you could do to ruin like Holocaust survivor cred.
That people, yeah, he did the one thing that negates being a Holocaust survivor with a murdered wife.
Lego's right. Finding the one single way to lose all of your goodwill is the most extremely Jewish thing one can do. Hey, I'm almost in the Old Testament. I'm just about wrapping up Ezekiel, and yeah, you're dead on the money.
Jesus.
I just
even
need
with
to.
God, even with direct contact to God, they really know how to fuck up a good thing.
I need to say something about the Polanski court case because if he was like even like 5% less of a pedophile, he would have never gone to jail.
Oh yeah.
They were like ready to do. They were ready to give him a plea bargain, and the family wanted to too because they didn't want the attention. And then what they said was like, okay, we'll give you 4 months probation. We'll give you 4 fucking months probation, suspended, so you can go film something. You just get like 4 months probation. So he goes off to another country to film something, and then the judge gets a photo, finds a photo back of Polanski with like a 14-year-old girl, and he was like, what?
Oh
no,
my god! Oh my god! You can't do this.
Yeah.
He told her parents that he was gonna tutor her, and then he drugged her.
Yeah.
At Jack Nicholson's fucking house. Well, Jack Nicholson was just
Jack
out shooting the
Nicholson's.
fucking movie. Like, why did you have to rape her?
He was
at Jack
skiing.
Nicholson's house. He was, yeah, no, you're right. He was skiing. Why the fuck? You didn't have to do any of this.
Yeah, no, it was a insane and the best part is that apparently it was a super corrupt case too, that the judge just brought the prosecutor and the lawyer into the room and said, look, I am going to give him too big of a sentence on purpose, and then I want you to appeal it so I can do this. This is super illegal, but this is what we're going to do. And both like the prosecutor and the judge were just like, whatever, okay. So the judge just brought this up to Polanski, and Polanski's like, I'm gonna run away instead. Now he's just, he could have like gotten away with it scot-free. Scot-fucking-free. Just complete unforced error.
Let's see. 1977. If he would have just had consensual sex with a 14-year-old girl, none of this would have gone to court.
Yeah,
this is so distinctly you can tell it's because he's a neurotic fucking Polish Romanian Jew. That's the only reason why he feels that he has to drug and rape a child. That he can't just fuck a child, which anyone can do, because even though it's the late 70s, sure, but who fucking cares? It's the 70s, baby. Everybody did it all the time and would freely talk about it.
Yeah, no, they fuck it out.
Times. Like, it was like an open secret, like from everyone who knew him, that he was just into kids, and then he was just like, "Now let's take this a step farther," and then he went to jail.
Like, and to say that you're gonna tutor her too, like you're Roman fucking Polanski.
Yeah, does that make Manson family patsy? Something was going on. It's deeper than that. And not patsies. They actually did like do murder and whatnot. But yeah, there was something way deeper than just like the Mansons like surface level. Like, if you look around like the associated stuff, like Polanski and LaBianca and whatnot, were all just like doing like sex trafficking shit.
Oh, it was a photo shoot. That's right. There we go.
God,
what are you? It was a photo shoot. You're fucking Roman Polanski. Because this only takes place because he's a fucking neurotic Jew. And I don't use Jew in the incriminatory sense. I use it in the kind of like, you know, archetypal sense. He's a fucking schmuck. Only a schmuck could do this. Only a fucking schmuck could fuck up having sex with a child in 1977. Holy shit.
Exactly.
It makes me mad.
It's so funny. God damn. Only you could fuck up having sex with a child.
Like, straight up, man. Like, and, oh, you live in LA, you live in Hollywood, and you're fucking Roman Polanski. Everybody knows your name, man. Nobody cares. And he's not ugly, but he does look like a fucking schmuck. He looks like he's a little tiny Jew man, alright? I don't know, 5'4". But there's an appeal, you know, there's an appeal there, okay? Chicks dig that. Children dig that for some reason. Fuck a child, Polanski. Fuck a child. Why do you have to? There's so much coercing here, unnecessary coercing, and the drugs. And of course, it has to be 13. It can't be 14, 15, 16. And then you run. You fucking run away from the case. You go to film another movie and you just stay there and you keep trying to make movies. It's such a fucking comedy of errors. You holy fuck, Polanski.
Well, he's just mad that he wasn't like a competent pedophile.
I am mad because everybody was a competent pedophile in fucking 1977.
It's true.
Any decade pre, like, literally, I mean, you could get away with it in the 80s too. You'd have to be more under wraps, but like basically pre-1995, you could just fuck kids and it was no big deal. It was horrible, but it was a thing.
It's true.
Remember when the all the Washington D.C. like child sex trafficking stuff started coming to the light in like the late 80s, and the big scandal wasn't that it was child sex trafficking, but that congressman may have been gay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like they were like homosexual prostitution ring, and like these are like kids as young as like 12, and it's like, oh no, they're gay.
They're doing gay things. Oh man. Was it? Yeah, Jimmy Savile had like an autobiography where he just talked about sleeping with like 14-year-olds, and like everyone was like, "Oh, Jimmy."
Jimmy he raped a child at a hospital while he was doing a charity event. Like a side fling. I'm gonna, like, fuck a cancer-ridden child. That's how evil and cantankerous Jimmy Savile was. British people are a poison unto this earth. The average Anglo is capable of just hellish things, and they want to pin it on the Jews.
Yes.
It is true, yes.
It's weird that if you actually look at ancient society, this is kind of true on that sense as well, just because like you look at ancient society and the Greeks were fucking kids, a whole bunch of people were fucking kids. The Jews were like kind of one of the few civilizations that have like very explicit laws against fucking kids at the time, like, thousands of years ago.
No, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, they're pretty proactive. But that's also, of course, why they were persecuted to some extent.
Because they didn't want to fuck kids.
Moralist. Well, I mean, yeah, to some extent, it wasn't just the kid fucking, but they were, in my opinion, Jews they're kind of benevolent, you know.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But then like the thing about fucking yeah, the Anglos. It's just like the case wherever you find like fucking Anglos. See, like goddamn fucking New England, for instance.
Catholics molest a lot of boys. When a Protestant is evil, they blow everyone else out of the water. You're right now, because Protestants aren't people.
Yep. Yeah,
the average wasp is a bomb, ready to go off at a moment's notice.
This is all true.
Trust the wasp.
Here's the thing about wasps. It's like, you know, I talk to people. I see all these stories about Catholic church molestation. When you get molested by wasps, they're like involving scat in it. They're involving scat and piss. They're cutting you open. This is what happened to me, basically. That's how you know that what wasps are like.
Irish child molesters try to boil you.
Well, they think you're an advanced kind of potato. There was that whole famine and all, so you know they get confused when it comes to food.
Jesus Christ! I get you two together and it turns into this. So good.
What? I'm
I know. No.
It takes about like a dozen Polish people to molest someone.
It takes a village.
Yeah, but like the Anglican Church is just like the way that the Anglican Church works is that they offset all of the molestation to the boarding schools instead of the churches proper.
Anglicans are even worse than Protestants somehow, because Anglicanism is an offshoot of Protestantism that, from my knowledge, primarily came about because a king wanted to get some side pussy.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, that is basically what happened. He wanted like an annulment, but the Pope wouldn't give it to him. Not a divorce, but an annulment.
He just wanted side pussy, and he crafted one of the most fucking just cultish, hellish sex on earth. Fuck you.
Man just wanted some pussy.
You look at Anglicanism, weirdly enough, aside from like the boarding school rape, isn't actually that cultish. Anglicanism is mostly just like where you go when you're Catholic but you're gay.
It's true.
Yeah, according to my girlfriend, when it came to residential schools in Canada, the Catholics were bad, of course, but the Protestants were just fucking, whoo boy, they were, they were real fucking bad. They were horrible. The Catholics at least kind of pretended that they were, you know, converting the youth, that they were doing something good. Apparently, the Protestants just really fucking went for it.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not entirely sure why, like, the Anglican Church in Canada and, like, the Catholic Church haven't had, like, their properties seized and, like, redistributed.
Oh, well, because we're still very Anglican. I mean, if you, the average, like, nearly every church in Toronto is Anglican. There are only a few Catholic churches, to my knowledge. And, you know, of course, all of, like, higher government, they're going to be Anglican, so it's, you know, we're still deeply enmeshed in that.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't it basically normal for boys in British schools to molest and rape each other to up
yes,
to, like, the 60s?
It was a rite of passage.
Up until is kind of like a weird way to put it.
You had a guy, you had a weaker twinkish boy, and he was literally called your fag.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, Neville, you're the weakest.
British people seemingly want to be ancient Greeks really badly, but they have no eye for imagery. And so you get, like, I don't know, you just get the worst of both worlds.
British people.
You basically get boy rape and no cool paintings. No, seriously.
Yeah. You get all the...
Apparently, English painting sucked dick for a long ass fucking time.
The only good, like, English painter that I can, like, name off the top of my head right away is, like, William Blake.
Yeah.
Blake's part of it too was because they destroyed a lot of Catholic imagery.
You can sure tell the jam.
Yeah, and the other thing, like, the thing about William Blake is that just, like, the other Brits in William Blake's time just treated him as a weirdo. They were like, ah, you're kind of weird, and he was just, like, really good at what he did.
I know Blake. This guy's tight.
I fucking love Blake.
This is the Baroque period.
Yeah, he was like a proto-romantic, I think. He was like working with a lot of the same themes as the Romantics before like they even really got started.
Blake's good.
He wrote yeah, he used to like read these just fucking he used to write these fucking like gigantic poems, like all expounding his own personal mythology. And yeah, most people, he's one of those people who, like, in his lifetime, most people ignored him or, like, thought he was psychotic. He probably was psychotic to some extent because he said, like, he had conversations with angels that he saw in the garden and whatnot. But in any case, he wrote these amazing long poems arguing against the established church, against, like, the monarchy and everything. And expounding, like, this elaborate vision of the world where you have the forces of energy and reason confronting each other.
That does sound like Henry Dodger, yeah.
Yeah, this is very atypical of the Baroque style, which of course had variations among different cultures, but and from my understanding, the British were not very involved with Baroque painting. They were more so involved with Baroque architecture. But yes, I can see why they thought him to be some kind of a stark raving idiot. You can even tell if you look at the paint. They're very good.
Yeah,
They're
he was like
quite illustrative, which would that's a red flag for anybody back then, because they would immediately say it's childlike, or it's something that like a pupil would do. A pupil to a master.
If I recall correctly, he didn't really work with oils that much either. He primarily worked with watercolors and tempera.
Oh yeah, and that was if you use watercolors back then, you were a fucking moron, according to everybody. If you weren't using oils, you were a bitch and a moron or a woman. I'm serious. Like it's so funny when you read books about art history, how much they'll just shit on other mediums, even within painting. Not even comparing like architecture or sculpture to painting, but just comparing watercolors to oils. You'll hear, I don't know, like Titian. I'm just making this up. Titian never said this, but Titian be like, yeah, watercolors are for women and retards. Fuck watercolors. They suck my dick. It's like, okay. Whereas now it's like different kinds of painting.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, like for a long time, like the only acceptable use of watercolors was just like to sketch out ideas for like a proper painting.
Yes, that pretty much, and which is why it's so weird to see these in the period that they were done in, which is 1757 to 1827, because he was. I'm assuming these are big paintings, and to do big watercolors, like massive scale watercolors, would be really really counter to everybody else.
He was actually interesting just because like his whole process was like fucking super unique. He like invented his own method of printing just because he had been a printer and he was dissatisfied with the fact that the existing methods of printing were like nowhere near fast enough for him. So he like would just like his method was called relief etching. So instead of like he'd write his stuff backwards. He'd write his poems and make his drawings backwards on copper plates directly with pens and brushes using like an acid-resistant wax, and then etch the plates in acid so that he could ink them in relief and print them in relief instead of by intaglio.
Someone says Henry Darger drew all his girls with dicks because he didn't know they had vaginas.
Actually,
he was an engraver.
Yeah, Henry Darger. It's actually weird because if you look at Henry Darger's stuff, like he'd draw like the same characters sometimes with a penis and sometimes with a vagina. It didn't like make sense to him that most people only ever have one or the other.
That's so fucking funny.
Lifetimes.
What an odd thing. Yeah, Darger is really interesting because he probably just never fucked and he just really got confused.
He got molested though.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's molestation art.
Yeah, he got molested and just like fucking tortured in like this asylum that he got sent to for being autistic before they knew what autism was.
There's so many cases of that. Where it's like, oh yeah, no, this guy's clearly just autistic. What we would think of as autistic.
Yeah, and people look back at him and be like, this is just like this guy is a pedophile. He's lusting about like sadism to little girls, and like that's not what he's thinking about when he's writing, man. He's not thinking about that. He's writing in such a way that he really likes the statistics of battles. He really likes counting out like Civil War reenactments on another planet.
R.I.P. Henry Darger, you would have loved transsexuals.
People think he actually probably did have gender dysphoria.
Probably.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be more autistic painters, but you actually kind of had to be a little bit of a Casanova to be a painter because you had to constantly be in direct communication with some form of royalty. or the church, which meant you couldn't just be a fucking spurge.
What did they do with
So
like
really,
yeah? What did they do with like autistic people back then? Just like lock them up?
He has a mistress named Beth.
They called
a trade.
If you were autistic, and I remember Martin Luther once wrote like an essay about like a person whom everyone thinks is like probably autistic these days, but like Luther described him as like a vile little wretch who was a demon in human form who would have to be executed in order to put him out of his misery or something. And it's like, dude, you're just like writing about like a 10-year-old with autism.
Thinking like your child is possessed by a demon because he loves numbers. So
Yeah, like this is like a surviving writing of Martin Luther where he just describes the kid like making loud noises and like stimming with his hands and like counting stuff or something, and he'd be like, "This is the vile behavior of a demon.
This is how a
Must
demon
be
behaves.
Passed out with violence."
He's just walking around on his heels. He loves the carpeted floor.
Martin Luther had bad OCD and would have to intrusive thoughts of the devil's asshole where he tried to. Yeah, probably.
That
Yeah,
does sound like
probably.
something Martin Luther would have.
He was really fixated on obesities. He would talk. He would talk a lot about like in his book about like on the Jews and their lies. He would like write about how Jews smelled like farts because they scratched their asses too much.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he definitely had an anal fixation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What did autists like before trans was invented? Serious question. God.
God, yes. They loved God.
I really guarantee it was God. I guarantee so many monks were autistic. Because where the fuck else would you send them? First of all, you can get them out of the house.
Yes.
You can just send them off somewhere, and they're out of.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. You don't have to worry about them anymore.
Who the fuck else would you get to like just spend their lives exactly copying manuscripts to the letter?
Hmm. They got really into trains.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
no, all that shit.
That was like in the Middle Ages before the printing press. That was like most of like a monk's job description is you sit around and you copy the Bible by hand over and over and over.
You're the only guy in the village that knows how to read.
In order to be like, yeah, this is, yeah, you'd have to be autistic in order to be like, yeah, this is the kind of thing that I want to do.
What am I hearing there?
Yeah, I mean, my particular autism is like writing and calligraphy and language autism, so I can tell you for a fact, it is very autistic to like immediately just set out to like do calligraphy.
Yo.
Like you're either really autistic or a girl, or both.
Why do you think they made the printing press? It was so they had to stop dealing with fucking autistic people.
Like an autism-centered view of history. All your faves are autistic.
You know how fucking annoying that must have been? You want to read the whole fucking Dead Sea Scrolls and you have to wait for this autistic little shit to write it. It takes 5 years. You have to be in constant correspondence with him. You have to talk to him every day about what he's writing next, and he somehow he's the only guy in the village that knows how to read and write, and he writes well enough at least, and he just can't talk to other people.
Okay,
Cannot
here's
hold a
my
conversation.
thing. Do you think like hermeticists and like ritual magicians were autistic?
Probably.
Because like in order to do like Renaissance magic, you would just have to like sit there like memorizing huge tables of correspondences. Just being like, okay, so like Horus and Ra correspond to the sun, correspond to the element gold, correspond.
We need some
to
subs, gamers.
Such like Virgo and whatnot. You just like memorize all this alchemical and astrological. Isaac Newton actually was gotta be autistic. This guy just like accidentally invented the theory of gravity and like celestial mechanics while attempting to search for the philosopher's stone.
Descartes was autistic too.
Everyone just was autistic
Yeah,
back
probably.
then.
He didn't think animals had souls. Like, he thought they were just composite parts like a machine, so he threw a cat out of a window. Out of, like, a 4th-story window. And
thank you, Rose.
This sounds like a bit. I'm not even... Thank you, Diet Post Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
He straight up throws the cat out of a window, and I think the cat lives, but I can't even remember the end of this story. I don't even know if my girlfriend finished it because we just started laughing really hard. Because how does that end? And you figure out you sort of solve your conundrum there. If the cat dies, were you wrong or were you right? If it lives, were you wrong or were you right? At what point does it not become a machine?
These animals can feel pain.
Imagine being Descartes and just like, throwing a cat out of the window, and like, what you're expecting to see is like the cat like still like its legs still moving back and forth like upside down.
Yes. Wait a minute.
Like, you're just expecting like this wind-up toy type behavior.
I'm not sure what cats are made out of yet.
Yeah, all I can find, it was to prove that they didn't have emotion, but you threw a cat out of a window.
What were you hoping to achieve?
Dude, if you were a philosopher post-ancient Rome, you were just some fucking pent-up autistic guy.
Oh yeah. We got a hype train coming, guys.
Like
let's go.
A Casanova, pretty much. It was either or. There was no in between. You either fucked all the time or you never fucked at all. Like Schopenhauer just pushed a woman down the stairs.
Why?
Anyway, Rose, I would have to disagree with you. I don't think that being obsessed with alchemy is the mark of a retarded mind. That's the mark of a genius. If you've discovered gravity and like heliocentrism, but you still believe that you can find the philosopher's stone and transmute lead into gold, that means that you're just smarter than like anyone.
Didn't everyone dismiss the guy who discovered transsexuality as like a retard? It's like a weird retard.
I got gifted a sub. Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't have to spend my own money on this fucking Travis.
Had an insane piss fetish. Went around. That's correct. That's correct. Alchemy, like the whole thing about alchemy is that you're supposed to do it using piss. That's like the secret to the philosopher's stone is you piss.
Hi.
Who's there?
Oh, it's funny.
Why can't you come in it? Why does it have to be piss?
You can use cum, I'm pretty sure, but you have to use some sort of like bodily fluid, because you're not working with like mere chemicals. You're working with like archetypal imprints or something, and therefore that means that you have to bring the gold back to life by pissing on it, like a gay man.
Thank you, Anonymous.
That's why they like vials and stuff.
Let's get to level 5.
Yeah.
You're learning so much.
And humors.
They would just pay you to like come on things. In the 1800s, that was what being a philosopher was. It's being paid to come.
And for the longest time. And anyone remember that YouTube series where Russian guy injects eggs with cum as Paracelsus wrote to me? I have not seen that yet.
That sounds like something you would recommend to me, Angie. Just like, have you seen this, Rocky? He's injecting cum into things.
Angie, why didn't they pee in Full Metal Alchemist? Okay, I can't answer that. I can't answer why they didn't piss in Full Metal Alchemist. All I'm saying is if you read Fulcanelli and you understand what he's saying, you understand that he is saying that you have to piss on gold in order to turn it into the Philosopher's Stone.
I see.
You can still make a homunculus. You just have to have sex with a woman.
In the 19th century, when men had BPD, they just started trying to find lost continents. And do you agree? I think Cole said that the other day. That might be the case. I think if you have enough BPD in the 18th century, you move to Greece and become the national hero. That's basically what Lord Byron did. He had so much BPD that he moved to Greece and died fighting there, and now everyone names their child after him.
Oh, god
You
damn
don't
it.
really have that option with BPD nowadays. That's the reason why BPD people like seem so insane to us nowadays. It's why people discriminate against people with BPD nowadays. They're not given the chance to move to another country and die in battle and get that country to name their children after them.
I don't think a woman would do that.
I think they would.
No, but I'm talking about if you're male and you have BPD.
Yeah, well, if you're male and you have BPD, you're just a genius.
If you're a woman and you have BPD in like the 1700s,
You're a
it
woman.
means that people write plays about you. That's about it.
BPD is just modern hysteria.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, there's like
Not real.
50 different mental illnesses that are basically just like modern hysteria. And for the record, hysteria is just like getting molested syndrome.
Hysteria literally means womb crazy. I learned that in the book.
Does it actually?
Yeah. It
It means that.
crazy.
Yeah. The classical theory of hysteria is just that your womb is just running around your body.
Wandering womb.
Yeah, men don't have BPD. Men don't have hysteria. They have empires and kingdoms.
Okay,
Women
what
have
about
little
Sam
Bye,
Hyde?
Alienation Zone. I hope you learned something
What
today.
about Sam Hyde then?
He's
Sam
got.
Hyde-
Men can't.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Doctors just don't want to, diagnose a woman with narcissism, so they say they have BPD. So they sound special. Also, modern woman is a narcissist.
Remember when?
So is modern
Remember
man,
that-
but especially modern woman.
Yeah, remember that Freud diagnosed himself with hysteria, by the way?
Why?
Why'd he do that?
I don't know why. I don't know why that. I don't know why he did that.
Is Freud AGP?
Probably.
Probably.
Was Freud AGP? We're not afraid to tackle the hard stuff.
No. Rose.
I know-
That's my dog. Rose says no.
Rose?
I know that his like early his seduction theory of hysteria was basically that just people were molesting their kids and that gave them hysteria. So if he diagnosed himself with hysteria, that's basically him just saying, yeah, I probably got molested.
All your favorite historical figures were molested.
Yeah, you got a lot of molested people. I mean, given that historically speaking, molesting was basically just the predominant form of like sexual understanding. Like you probably have a lot of molested world historic figures.
Was Hitler just
hope so.
molested? Was that his problem?
No.
Wait,
he had
whom?
a gay little mustache.
Hitler.
Hitler, I don't necessarily think was molested. I think Hitler had an older. I think Hitler had like a couple of Jewish upperclassmen who were like, "Hey, nice landscape paintings. Bet you can't do any figures though."
I pretty much guarantee that all the people who ran that art school were Jewish. And Hitler was just fucking. I guarantee it. Hitler was stark raving mad.
He just went to art school and like he went to art school and all the people were Jewish and they were like, Hitler, you have to learn how to paint figures. And then he was just like, no, I won't do it. Trickery. You can just get away with painting wonky landscapes that don't actually represent anything all your life.
His paintings
He didn't
sucked.
even paint buildings. They do suck.
They're
My
fucking
trees
terrible.
can be backwards. My trees can be backwards, and it's Jews' fault if they say otherwise.
Oh, those are some dog shit paintings. Yeah, no, like people are like, oh yeah, no, he was actually a talented artist. No, his paintings are cold and horrible.
No, he did not know how to fucking do. I fucking hate art school. All the little Jewish boys make me paint stick figures and chant, "Go, gay boy, go." Yeah.
They call him a crazy white boy.
Art school is not good for your brain.
No, it really doesn't seem that
And
way.
if you don't get in, it's even worse. You didn't even get into like kind of you like in terms of the caste system. As an artist, you're already at the very bottom, and everybody just kind of pretends that you're at the top, that you have some kind of sense to you, some genius that doesn't really exist. So to not even make it to the very base floor, not even get your foot in the door, you know, I might do it too. I might do what he did too.
Yeah, art school is the only art school students are the only people other than mass shooters who issue manifestos.
Art school people, no. Art school is just... Angie, you've kind of ruined my ability to talk, so please keep going. I'm thinking about too many things.
I have no...
Sam Hyde, me...
I've never actually attended art school myself. I'm not the expert on it. Hussey is, but as far as I can tell, the thing about art school from an outside perspective is that you either go to art school to learn how to draw Steven Universe, or you go to art school because you have several $100,000 in your bank account, an addiction to cocaine, and you want to pass off like your period blood or sperm or something as like the greatest.
It's just daycare for rich, failed children.
Yeah, basically.
Who are too stupid to go into finance, like their fathers and their fathers' fathers.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, you go there and either you're a fascist or like you're the least pleasant kind of left-winger to be around. Either like you go there and you end up just like thinking, ah, wow, Logo, Daedalus, and Kantbot are such transgressive figures that I must incorporate into my worldview. Or you just go there and you're like, you know what? If a door slams in my face because I forgot to hold it open, that's an anti-Semitic attack.
Art school is just for white women and white women analogs to cry.
Yeah.
God damn it, why did I pick this renderer?
It's daycare for rich white women who are too stupid to just be rich. It's like white women, Korean women, and sometimes Chinese women.
I'm going to go to art school for the express purpose of attempting to develop a new personality disorder.
You don't need to go to art school for that.
I don't have enough of them.
Why pursue art school when you can just be rich? Because rich people are uncomfortable with the fact that they're untalented.
Yeah. That's basically it. You're like the daughter of like an investment banker. Do you want to become? Do you want to make a name for yourself as just another investment banker who kind of sucks, or do you want to make a name for yourself by gluing together tables and saying that this is the greatest thing that you have ever seen?
Also, rich women think they're special.
Yeah.
So, and they can't kind of reconcile with the fact that they're not. Or more rich men will be content with the fact that they're very unspecial, very mundanely rich, and they'll just go into finance or whatever. They'll just play runner-up to their dad, second fiddle, second bat. But
however,
women won't do that.
However, I do have to interject. I do have to say that if a young rich man develops the same kind of fixation on being special as a young rich woman, then the results are like an antimatter explosion. That's how you get like fucking like Hitler, or like on the opposite side of the spectrum, Luke Turner.
Yeah, jeez.
Honestly, most of the time that's just how you get a rapist.
Yeah.
Usually.
Usually.
Generally speaking, especially art
That's-
school is
that's how you
predominantly
get-
women.
Yeah, that's how you get Vincent Gallo, probably.
Was he an art school person? Hang on, god damn it, this thing's fucking up.
No,
know,
he was a painter. He was a working class painter. He worked alongside Basquiat. I don't think he comes from royalty, so to speak. He doesn't really seem like the type either.
Did you see the shirt that he made where he loves Candace Owens?
Oh, he kind of rules. Just being a pain in the ass and being like 50.
Yeah, he sells shirts on his website, and they're all like priced at $666 a piece, and they're all like Candace Owens, smart, black, beautiful, or it's like Obama, dumbass, or some shit like that.
He rules. God.
Yeah, let me look through vgmerchandise.com. Let me look through his.
I like art, but I'm not good enough to study it, so I'm just gonna do science and make it on the side. You don't have to be good to study anything. Art's just work. That's all. I know that's not very funny, but art is mainly just work, and there aren't any ateliers anymore, really. So people think you go to art school and you suddenly come out the other side a better artist. Most of the time you don't. It doesn't even matter if you really went to RISD or anything like that.
God, what is
it's just work, and you also make no money off of it. So it's the worst kind of work. It's menial work.
Yeah.
So, and artists, at least for a time, artists were respected. Painters were respected because, like in ancient Greece or ancient Rome, for example, if you were a sculptor, nobody cared. You were a tradesman, despite the fact that there are many renowned sculptures that we still reference to this very day. But it was always painters that were at the forefront of things, artistically speaking.
Yeah.
But it seems like with the dawn of the 20th century, there was a time where you could have been a kind of you could have been seen as a genius, and that time is long since passed. If you want to be an artist nowadays, you have to be content with drawing hardcore furry pornography or selling yourself out to the predominantly white gallery space / gallery scene. And if you're white and you would like to kind of be grandfathered into that gallery scene, well, your time has passed. They want Korean women who are mostly white, passably white, just as annoying, if not more, who do world-breaking performance art about the Anthropocene that nobody can really analyze or take apart because there's nothing to it. And if you want to draw hardcore furry pornography, well, you better get good.
That's so true.
Because again, you're just doing menial work. You're doing minimum wage work, if not less at times, because you're a fucking freelancer and you have no benefits. So have fun being an artist.
I just want to point out that you can get a shirt You can no longer get a shirt directly from Vincent Gallo for $666. That's just a photo portrait of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez with the word ignorant printed over her forehead.
That's so funny.
If you love drawing things and you want to make a living, you should hospitalize yourself. You should take a hammer and kind of hit yourself in the head with it until you're normal.
Will that really help? Someone says, this stream makes me wish I could be talented or loved. Well, you can do one or the other. You can't do both.
Yeah, and most of you will be neither. So, get with it. Grow up, dude. Most of you will neither be talented nor loved, and you'll work a menial job until you die. Whether that be a 6-figure job or a 5-figure job, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Carve out your niche now or forever die.
Your best
Hold your
bet
peace.
is to your best bet if you're like on this stream is to do what I did and just get so molested that you become noble just for that.
I need to get more molested. Your powers haven't been
brings the
unlocked
doom
yet.
and gloom. I'm depressed. I'm out of my manic phase. I'll be back soon, but right now I am depressed. I am the straight man on stream.
Aw. Literally all my friends are depressed right now. Like literally everyone.
It's been a hard winter, man.
Yeah, no, winter's here. It fucking sucks. I feel for everyone. When I come over, I'm gonna give you all hugs.
Aw, thank you.
No, you Angie.
Yeah,
I
work is
appreciate
great.
that.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's Hussy. You're an immensely talented figure. You're an icon. Everyone on Twitter is fucking ripping you off, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Everybody is actually starting to rip me off, and I make no money off of it.
It's
I've noticed people ripping me off too.
Getting molested. I did it
Just, like-
first.
Well, not even like the getting molested thing, but just like the esoteric aesthetics thing, and I'm like, man, I've moved on to being a Madoka with sunglasses, Abby, just so I can distinguish myself from that.
Oh, it sucks. I got a pretty
yeah,
good
I just
job
use
lined
Twitter.
up.
Fuck your job, dude.
I
What are you
hate-
gonna work? You gonna be a sign flipper?
No. I did do traffic control
gonna
for a
be-
while. That was pretty good.
You're gonna be a tucker. That's what they. That's a little bit of a side profession for trans sex workers. You got to tuck their shit in before they go off and talk to the Johns.
Dear me.
That's actually why his name's Tucker Carlson. The callback. Why do you care about Twitter? I don't care about Twitter. I'm on Twitter because I have nearly 30,000 followers, and so when I want to promote something that'll actually make me money or that's worth my time, I have 30,000 dopes that I can pawn it off to. I'm kidding. I do respect my fans, but it's fun to shit talk the people you love.
I literally cannot get
Why
the
do
fucking
I
thing
care
back to how
about
I had it.
Why do I care about Twitter if I can't even make money off of it? I don't know, so that I can destroy my brain more. That's the easy answer. Actually, I don't like destroying my brain more, so it's because it's funny sometimes.
It is funny. I'm not as
Occasionally you get
insane as I
people
used to
being
be.
funny online. You don't. You do. If you're using it in order to like get mad all the time, you're just misusing it. That's not what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to post, "What if Hitler was retarded?" and just like go with that.
It's very weird because like I don't know. Is this just what being normal feels like? I don't feel like psychotic anymore.
Yeah, probably.
It's bizarre.
I'm waiting for the world to open back up and for everybody to stop caring about the flu.
When's that gonna happen?
I don't know, but I'm waiting on it.
Hmm.
I'm in purgatory.
Let's see. What do you think of the Great Reset?
I only kind of half know what that is. Is that the idea that COVID was planned?
Yeah, something like that. Like the idea
Capitalists
that COVID
don't
was-
plan for anything.
Well, the Great Reset is the idea that COVID was planned specifically so that the World Economic Forum can implement like a thing where you don't
had
have
this
any
working
property
perfectly.
anymore and you have to eat bugs.
Yeah, you're gonna do that regardless of COVID or whatever else they have in store for you. Capitalists don't plan anything out. The only capitalists who planned anything out were the Chinese. Hence why America is so fucking just passionately angry about them, because they're so mad that their little brother is now ousting them.
That is really funny. Just getting mad at China.
They're so mad because China is doing capitalism better than America now.
What do you think of the assertion I was making in the earlier part of the stream where I said that Michael Bloomberg is trying to make the sun crash to the earth with pedophilia?
Probably is. That's all I can say about that. He probably is.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. No, the Chinese beat us. They beat everybody. Get used to it. I respect the Chinese.
Okay, questions for both Hussey and Rocky. Are the planetary archons real?
What are the
deities that? They're the malevolent deities that rule over the planets above us, and when we die, our souls are devoured by them. They design this world as a hell realm of torture, so that we are kept in oblivion and sleep, prevented from awakening to our true nature as souls from the pleroma.
Huh.
Look, I don't like working minimum wage either, but you don't see me making about it. I don't have to justify my horrible life by making shit up. Even if God is real, he's already taken care about it in a meaningful capacity. I'm pretty sure the Jews know that more than anybody. God is real and doesn't care. And for all intents and purposes, are gone. They're gone from our lives. God is gone. God isn't dead. They left. You blew it. You all blew it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
over.
That's like my major problem with Gnosticism is basically at its core it's just cope. It wants like God to be like, it wants God to be evil, and so that like there's like a good God lurking behind the evil God. When it's not like that at all. God is just like, he's a force for justice, but he also will just throw lightning at people randomly.
The Jews are right. Okay? The Jews are always right. God left. They've been waiting for the prophet. The prophet will never come. They all know that. That's why they're all crotchety all the time. They tried to get away from it with sitcoms and all that. Didn't work.
Yeah.
They know it's better than anybody else. It's not that God isn't real. It's that God does not care. You fucked up. You fucking whores of Babylon. You hoard yourselves out. He's gone. He will never come back. Christianity's cope, maybe. I didn't get to the New Testament yet. I'm just about done the Old Testament.
I hope nothing bad happens.
You hope nothing bad happens. And with the Greek gods, that was different, okay? Because the Greek gods were fucking cool. Everybody looked at the Greek gods in ancient Greece, and they were like, that is just a really cool, sexy guy, okay? It's not even the same. It wasn't even cope. It was... And the Romans tried to make it cope just a little bit, but it didn't work. And now you're left with the fucking detritus. We're left with, they threw everything off the boat, so it didn't capsize. Enjoy it. 2022. Here we are. The year just started.
Have you ever seen A Serious Man?
No. Is that the Coen brothers?
It's a good one, Hussey. You'll like it.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's basically just about the rant you were just doing.
I just think you guys gotta stop making shit up to justify you feeling bad. God is real, and he does not care for you. He doesn't even hate you.
I agree.
He hated you for a little bit there. All right, and you wish for the apocalypse. All right, that's the whole end of the Old Testament. They're like, maybe the apocalypse is coming. It didn't. If God loved you, he would have sent hellfire down on your children and your whores and your women and your husbands, the weak, the rich alike. He didn't do that. The true hell on earth for the modern man is to continue to prosper in this desert. There is no mirage. Stop making mirages. There's no great octopus in the sky. The earth is not on the back of a turtle. All right, the natives were crazy with that one.
Is broken for some reason. I'll play something else. Yeah, keep talking.
We live in little dingy places fit for bugs. We work jobs that don't matter to make a number go up and a line go up, and the line goes down and it goes up. There's a recession. There's unemployment. Do you think God cares about numbers? You think God cares about math? He doesn't. All right, this is what you get for years, for millennia.
We gotta get our girls
Religion
in the mood, and
centered
I know just how.
Actually, that's
Mother Nature.
Actually, that's not quite true. Judaism is literally just all about how God is obsessed with numbers. He's probably like, if the Kabbalah is just half about how God is so obsessed with numbers he can't be bothered to like actually run the universe.
Kabbalah is that's just the autistic people. Kabbalah is not the real stuff. Those are fake Jews. Numerology, I know it's integral to Deuteronomy and all that and all the Moses shit and most of the Bible. I don't care. God doesn't care about numbers. All right. 7,
Okay.
he picked that out of a hat. And hats weren't even around back then.
I think God likes you, hussy.
Yeah. Actually, I was about to say
I'm
like the whole
Job.
message of. Actually, I was about to say the whole message of the Kabbalah is just like people asking God, "Hey, can you fix shit for us? Can you fix shit for us?" And God just saying back, "Don't care. Figure it out for yourself."
Don't care. Make another neat little diagram, little baby man. Figure it out. Yeah. Oh, it's a number. It'll happen on the 8th day of the 27th of the Ishmishmal. Nope, it won't. I don't care. You're all fucking horrible people. I tried to be nice to you for thousands of years, and you gave me nothing in return. There was one of you. He did well. His name was David. All right. Jesus. That guy. You made him up. You think I had a son? Why would I have a son? And then there's 3 of us as a Holy Spirit. I wish that I could make living hell on earth for you people, but that would be to give you too much respect.
Yeah, I was
oddly fitting.
Question for me in the chat. Angie, have you ever read Unsung? I think you like. I keep starting it and like forgetting to continue. I keep starting and forgetting to continue over and over.
You're all proverbial catamites. You're constantly sodomized by each other, let alone yourselves. You think I care? No, you are gonna eat the bugs, not because the capitalist said so, but because I say so, and I don't even care. I don't care what you do. Make another pyramid. Make another box. Make another box pyramid. You wanna walk around New York and look up. Those are toys to me. You made little box toys. I don't care. You made little penises that go into the sky. I don't care for you people anymore. I wish I had a son. Then I could talk to him about these things. I tried to talk to you about these things through other little guys. And sometimes they were good and sometimes they were bad. And the best guy, you all fucked him. The worst thing he did, he cheated on his wife or whatever. He sent off this broad's husband to war and he died and then he fucked her. I'll take that, okay? David, that was my best friend. What are you people? None of you. Was 6 billion of you? And like 1 billion of those are Chinese people. I don't even understand them. I don't even understand those people. You were all brown for a time. Now you're white. And now the whitest of you want to tell me that you're doing good in the eyes of God. You're Protestants. You're chapels. You molest children in little boxes fit for worms. There's no imagery there. There's no visuals. There's no appeal to some type of hieratic, beatified beauty. You're nothing. When you want to make numbers and pictures for me, I should have stuck you people in caves.
That was beautiful, Aussie. Jesus.
Thank you.
BPD. Like you're gonna say she has BPD, he has autism. You keep making things up. You keep making things up. The best thing you guys could do for me is to stop fucking. 6 billion of you, and in 20 years from now, oh, there's a depopulation crisis. You'll keep fucking. There'll be more of you. I hate you people. I hate you people so much. I wish I'm gonna make another. I've made other galaxies. They've done so much better than you people. I pitted the galaxies against each other. You think there's been one Milky Way? I've made so many different Milky Ways. I've ran this experiment so many different times. You think you're special? I can't even perceive numbers. You know how long I've been here? The concept of longevity It means nothing to me. I don't age. I'm ageless. I will be here from within as from without, and you people think I care. 200 years, nothing. 300 years, nothing. 400, nothing. 1,000, nothing. 2,000, nothing. And you're gonna make idols. You're gonna make a box that's really bright. You're gonna make scrolls that are really bright and make you mad all day. I hate you people. I hate you people so much. I dare you. Go to Mars. See what comes of it. I dare you. Try it. You went to the moon. You got bored of it. You sent a big penis into the sky. Guess where that got you? Nowhere. You wanted to fuck the sky. You did. Guess what? You got to live up there. You can live up there for years now. It affords you nothing. You live in a little apartment in the sky. That's what you got. That's what you sent trash. I gave you the earth. And trash is what you spiral across God's green earth. It took me 7 days to make that. And one of those days I was just relaxing because I was tired. It took me 6 days to make that, really. Right? It took you how long to get to the moon? And you stopped caring the second you got there? Go to Mars. Do it. Make another computer. Make a smaller computer. Supercomputer back then, back in the 70s, 60s, it was nothing. Make a smaller supercomputer. Put it in your phone. Look at your stupid fucking phone. Go to Mars. Rape Mars too. Put a McDonald's on the Mars. I dare you. Put little penises on Mars. And then you're gonna want to go somewhere else. You're gonna want to go to Pluto. It's gonna be a planet again. I know, I've seen it. I see through time, backwards and forwards. I see it. You're gonna do these things, and for what purpose? Makes no difference to me. You think I live in clouds? I live nowhere. I'm all of you. I'm all of you and none of you. And you make your little penises on Mars. Make your little self-driving car.
Very good job.
Fucking troglodytes. You blasphemers. I hate you people. You think any god would be here long enough to care?
No.
I'm omniscient, and you think the average father is not even morally tied to his child. That's a modern conception. That's the father is tied to his child through paperwork and occasionally finances. The mother's the one who's stuck to the child. I'm still here. I'm no mother. I'm no mother. You think I can't just leave? I've been here. I'll keep being here. Come on. Why'd they make God a dad? Why'd they make him a father? The first thing any knowing father would do is leave. They should have made God a woman. It would make a lot more sense.
The visuals of the monologue are so great.
I mean, technically speaking, you look at the Jewish Bible, the word El Shaddai. You know what that word means? It means God with the many boobs.
Look, Judaism and Christianity are man's way of escaping the mother. Because mother is chaos. They should have stuck with the mother though. The mother never leaves. The mother's nature. All right. Now you want to. It's all tied to fathers now. Again, the father would leave. You better hope God left. And he did. The Jews are right. He left. The Christians want to think, oh, he's still here. If God was still here, oh man, no. You would. And he lets this happen. You're all done for. You're all absolutely done for. No, I guarantee God's real, and they're in a different fucking stratum of existence. They made a little pocket realm that they're in, and they're toiling. Not for you though. All right? They can make a different kind of monkey. They can make a different kind of lizard.
Yeah.
Don't read the Old Testament. Don't read the Bible. This is what it makes you, chat. Don't do it.
See, that was Jesus Christ, man. What do I even say after that?
I did this on my stream all the time. People be like, "Why aren't you completing Quake? You've been on the same level for 4 hours." And I'd be like, "Cause I'm making sense of the world."
They can make a new kind of lizard. Thank you, Hussy. That was breathtaking. Are you, Angie? Are you good to keep going?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm good to keep going. Why the hell not?
I'll probably play. Maybe I'll play like Quake or something, or Blood. I don't know. If Deus Ex is broken.
Angie, you ever read the Yume Nikki manga illustrated by the Alien 9 guy? I have not yet read that yet. I've had it recommended to me. I saw the first couple episodes of Alien 9 like really slowly. Alien 9 is one of those series that seems good, but also half the people into it are probably pedophiles.
Yeah, probably. I'm laughing.
My
like
favorite
crazy.
flavor of ice cream is vanilla.
Nice.
No,
Fuck yeah.
French vanilla.
Hell yeah. Vanilla is fucking great flavor, actually.
No, that's my second favorite. World Class Chocolate is a Baskin Robbins flavor. It's a traditional Baskin Robbins flavor. I guarantee they haven't phased it out. That's out. World Class Chocolate is beautiful. It's white chocolate, regular chocolate. It's all different kinds of chocolate, and that's my favorite kind of ice cream because I used to get ice cream a lot as a kid.
God, what do I even?
That sounds
play?
awesome, actually. What the fuck?
What could I play that could go along with this?
Yeah, vanilla ice cream's pretty good. Chocolate usually sucks unless it's a specialized sort of chocolate. If you go to a kind of ice cream van and you somehow manage to not get molested by the man inside and you ask for chocolate, it usually tastes bad, and that's not good. When your options, the main line options are vanilla or chocolate, right? They're kind of part and parcel. They're sort of two distinct but interlinked disciplines. For chocolate to universally be within the context of the ice cream van be generally terrible. It's a bad sign for chocolate overall.
Yeah.
Did I get my McFlurry? No, I've been ranting. I was ranting so much that I got lightheaded.
He's just gonna pass out live on stream.
Getting genuinely angry and lightheaded. And yeah, but I'm gonna get my McFlurry now.
Got really mad thinking about God.
Vanilla, I just wanted to say, is a cool flavor because it works really great as a flavor all to its own, and it's also like a base flavor that you have to add it in order to make other things taste good.
My God.
Like if you ever bake a chocolate cake without like vanilla, then probably kind of sucks.
I would say so. Didn't they make a sequel to Yume Nikki? Oh, by the way, that entire rant was over footage of Yume Nikki. So
Yeah,
when that
I think the sequel to Yume Nikki was called Yume Nikki because ni is two in Japanese.
Oh, that's pretty cute.
It's written out as like Yume Tuki. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the fan made one. Fuck.
Oh, they made a. Oh yeah, I heard it wasn't very good.
Okay, I'm happier now. I had the McFlurry.
You got your ice cream?
Yeah.
Ice cream makes me happier.
Yeah. Well, ice cream makes everyone happy, Hussy.
The festival of blood continues.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm just choking on water. That's God trying to kill me.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it can feel like that, but I don't know. I think God likes you, Hussy.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hussy, would you like me to use my Jew powers to bless you.
I got time to play with you.
Okay. Hold on.
Fresh supply.
Let me get the right fucking Hebrew up.
Hussey's about to get blessed live on stream.
I'm going to bless. Okay. Yevharecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chonecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yevharecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chonecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yevharecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chonecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Amen.
My credit score just went up by a lot. I can finally own a home.
Finally.
I'm like the daughter of a Cohen, so I guess like that like counts if you're like Reconstructionist or something.
God, you've all learned. I think we've all just kind of exhausted ourselves ranting.
I'm good.
Son of a bitch must pay.
You got your ice cream, bro?
I have to watch some stuff in like 5 minutes. But
That's fine. We can go for 5 more minutes.
The Festival of Blood continues.
5 years. I could go for 5 fucking years.
Yeah, sometimes I come on stream just to subject people to an experience, not to be funny.
No, this was an experience. This is great. Somehow the combination of you ranting and you Maniki, it turns into art, man. It creates something beautiful.
I'm like a daughter of a daughter
with you.
Basically.
The son of Satan.
Rocky, what do you think Caleb did after Blood? He probably just went home and chilled. You can animate that.
Be animated? That was like 20 minutes.
That's like, yeah, you have fun animating all that.
That's part of why yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever fucking like do calligraphy?
I'm not that autistic. I fucking hate that type of shit. I don't like having to be anal retentive with my hobbies. I'm more editorial, curatorial. I'm less so like my girlfriend embroiders. Like she would enjoy calligraphy. I don't like that. The second I fuck up with calligraphy, I'm gonna put that fucking whatever it is, that dip pen through a wall. I'm gonna start throwing shit. I'm mad. I'm absolutely fucking stark raving, seethingly mad. I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit.
I like editing. I like editing other people's works. I like once I get into writing full time, whatever the fuck that means. Obviously, people think you just like write shit. I guess certain people just write shit. If you want to be like a Kerouac, a beatnik, you just write stream of consciousness. But most people can't do that. I probably could. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I want to write like a fucking Joyce or a Pynchon, which means a lot of research and a lot of curatorialism, which I quite enjoy. I always liked writing essays as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult. Yeah. It's always been
encyclopedic type novels are often
probably
really
gonna go play pinball. Closing remarks, ladies and gentlemen. You have 5 minutes.
Don't do drugs. Oh yeah, I took like 0.25 of a lorazepam. No wonder I feel weird. Don't do drugs. That's not a lot.
Okay.
Be right with God and be Jewish.
Yeah, I'm going to concur with that, but also say do drugs, not don't do drugs. Because drugs can be pretty cool, and if you got molested, it can cure your molested syndrome. And also, I want to say to the person in the
chat, it Legat, it rocks, and it's totally not a genetic issue that there are only 5 families. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not an Ashkenazi Jew. I'm not that inbred. I'm not that inbred.
Wait, I'm moving to Montreal in September. So there's that. If you wanna find me, you can find me in Montreal in like 6 months, 5 to 6 months.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Good night. YouTube.com/KimonoFriendzone. I hope this was an experience for you all. That you learned so much.
Yeah, I think Hussy especially like opened up everyone's third eyes.
I think we definitely, this was a third eye stream. We definitely learned all there is to know about God. I will upload this VOD. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Gute Nacht.
Bye.
Bye.
Buenas noches. Bonne nuit.
That's my Jewish isms.
Oh my god. Hell yeah.